Good morning, you guys. This is going to be a rough one to start out your Saturday. I'm not even going to sugarcoat shit. Imagine that. And yes, if you're looking at the thumbnail and the title of this video, I'm about to show you those things have been said. That statement was made this morning. And yeah, I agree with you guys already in the comment section too that it is a shitty ass tattoo. But that's beyond the point. The level of disrespect and exploitation of even Seth at this point. Yes, Seth is allowing it. Please understand that two things can be true at once. We are seeing continued emotional abuse, but we are seeing an abuser be abused at the same time. We are watching cycles of emotional abuse and other people exploiting the grief and pain to their furthest extent. We are watching grown-ass human beings completely disregard a missing child or the child's family in any way, shape, or form. So as much as this angers all of us, as much as we know that this is being condoned and everything like that, multiple things can be true at once. And as much as I dislike and disagree with Seth's behavior, he's also being exploited by the very people around him that he connected with on this app. And the disrespect that he is being shown by these grown people, he might think it's okay now, but someday, this is going to come back. And trust and believe, it's truly disastrous. But we have a lot to talk about. We're going to go over a few things. And people that are defending Betty, holy shit, what is wrong with you people? I mean, we'll just talk about it. Good morning, y'all. Mods, whoever's here, if there's any comments about him, as far as Seth being, P or anything like that, please remove those type of comments. People are allowed to address their opinions on his behavior and things we've seen publicly. Of course, you don't have to like the man, but keep it in lines, in boundaries. This is a public platform. And the very people around him, such as Nick, who I find to be, in my opinion, exploiting him. Dog the Bounty Hunter, I guess you could even say, in my opinion, is exploiting Seth's grief and the fact that he's got a missing child for his own personal gain. All of these people are absolutely exploiting Sebastian's name. They should have gotten Seth's army tattooed on him. Seth's army, Dog the Bounty Hunter's army. But they have completely disrespected the dignity of a missing child at that. Hey, Bo. Hey, Ryan Apple Snapple. Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, it was said. Hey, We Gob Sheet. Tiffany, Gypsy Trails, Cranky, Amy, Denim, Hartley, Terry, Tiny Dancer, Catherine, Lisa G. I'm probably going to cuss a lot today. Ronnie Potter, so if that's not for you, please exit now. Hey, Casey. Hey, Marcy. Ann M. Remy, True Friends, Forever Army, Up to Good, Chatty Tobeans, Pika, Tia Maria, It's Me, Amberly, Hindsight, PJ Second Chance, Denim, Eyeballs, Whispers in the Shadows. Oh, it's cold out here. Mom of a Gladiator, OG Fish. She's not the only one either. I'll show you guys. There's only one that got a semi-respectful tattoo, in my opinion. Hey, Viv. There was one that made a good choice. Roro. Somebody got just a heart with some dots. Hey, Pretty in Pink. That's a fact. Jilly. Mystic Butterfly. I just can't believe I told you guys this was going to get worse, and it just keeps getting worse. Hey, Rhonda. Casual Art. Dog blocked you on Twitter. Not shocking. Hey, Froggy. Cambry, Chica, KB, Phoenix, Proud Mimi. I can see you, Mom of a Gladiator, too. Queen Bella. Nisi B. I'm so glad. Like, I was reading the comments from my last video last night that I came on and ranted and raved with you guys. And I was so thankful to see all you guys commenting and saying, like, nope, you felt the same way. I was like, am I losing my fucking mind? Which happens quite often. Hey, Lindy Lou, Lynn Love and Light, One Shot, Peppermint Tea, Time Traveler, Choo Choo's Mommy, Tracy, Lily Polly, Mima, Kim. I wonder where his family is. Like, where's his sister and his parents? I mean, I know his parents have health issues going on and stuff of that nature, and your family can't save you from some of these things, but I wonder where his support system is. It really worries me. Aisle 4 agree. Prayers to all of them, truly. KB, Sama, mother of 2 boys. I mean, having this group of people at your beck and call willing to do the worst. I mean, the continued abuse that they are helping perpetuate is absolutely, ugh, duh. Purple Haze, Sasha, Curvy Barbie. Let's just hop into this. UA Crimson Tide, Ree. Let me get through. Hey, Quinny. What did you say? Oh, Quinny, thank you for doing that. Tinkerbug. I don't know if she'll ever see this or not, but I appreciate you trying. K-Mash H. Amanda, Pretty in Pink. His sister was there, according to BHP. Oof, duh, that's even worse. Hey, Bombs Becca. Hey, Mai. I'm going to show you guys what the title is. Hey, Baton Rouge. Okay. I didn't catch that part. But they also call random people his sister, so there's that. Literally, Davis Pam. Steph. I guess I don't really pay attention to what Betty says factually, so there's that. We'll listen to it. Don't give 2 shits. Jones and Good Nunya. The Good Nunya, yes. Cinda. Bartman, Jones and I saw your community post, and I was like, you know what? I might pull something like that at this point. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go. Since most of you guys have not heard this, let's do it. Okay, bear with me. Buckle up. Try to keep it as respectful and calm as you can in the comments. I know this is going to trigger the fuck out of a lot of you. Please bear with me. I'm going to try and keep my. I don't even know. I don't know where I'm headed. Okay, I'm going to give you full warning. I don't know what I'm about to say. So there's that. Let's just try to get through it as best as we can together.
Oh, Dawn, Denise, good morning.
Look at the
Guys,
arrogance.
I can't talk very loud this morning because there's a lot of people that are sleeping. So I am just going to say good morning. Yes, yes, yes. We did go out and get some tattoos yesterday.
The arrogance, the fucking arrogance and the audacity here. Ooh. And she's doing this little whisper thing because there's people in the house. She can't wake up.
Group of us. We've got, Seth's family here. And so where we've been kind of doing.
So she calls it Seth's family here, like Seth's family. I don't know if all of his family is actually there. It's all fucking weird. We'll see who's actually there later on.
Doing our thing here. We've had a good time. Hey, Holly, it's nice to see you. Oh, the real Me Too's already here. Look at that. Oh, Dawn, Denise.
She's as loud as she gets on this. She whispers. She does get a little bit louder as it goes on, but she's trying to do this whisper thing right now. So you're going to have to volume control it on your side as much as possible. Sorry. She's trying to do this little whisper thing here. Yeah, her shirt is signed J for Justice. Her shirt has some sort of weird signature shit on it. Oh my God. You're right.
Good morning. We had to come live this morning. Get a long day.
Got Dolly on there. Dolly's on there.
Ahead of us. It's nice to see you, Jenny, Libby, Metalaz, Busy Mama. It's nice to see you. I hope everybody is doing super, super well this morning. Be honest with you, I'm so tired. Oh, hey, Yada, Mr. and Mrs. Car Guy. It's nice to see you, Phil.
Yeda's in the comment section. I just have to point that out. Yeda's in the comment section over there. Yeda is the distant family member of Katie's that did the interview with Betty. And then Betty claimed that she was being harassed and stalked, and to the point where she had to leave social media. Meanwhile, we've seen her nonstop in Crime Time Buzz's comment section and taking part in all of the fuckery that's going on to this family. Yeah, that is what family does to family, I guess.
Yay, Amy. It's so funny. When I put the video together, I said, guys, get ready for the hate channels to lose their mind. We were all laughing.
Get ready for the hate channels to lose their minds. They were all laughing. They thought it was just fucking hysterical that people were going to have a problem with you smearing the dignity of a missing child. Yep. Oh, it's so cute. It's so funny. So freaking funny. We were like having the best time of our lives, worried about what the hate channels were going to say about us disrespecting a missing child. Children cannot consent.
I have coffee. What about you, my love? I woke up the neighborhood with the Keurig. You guys know damn well I would not be going live without a cup of coffee because I look like a hot mess express right now. I'm so tired. It's nice to see you. Who else do we have in here? Hey, Kay, Amy, Anna, Eeyore Blue.
If I come off as a hateful bitch today, it's because I'm a hateful bitch today. Just a warning. There is nothing in me that is okay with this. You guys are asking about the tattoos. Let me show you guys that really quick because some of you guys haven't seen what she posted. Hold on. I'll show you guys that really quick and then we'll go back to that. Okay, so this is what she posted. Her getting a tattoo. I'm not going to play the fucking music on it. Whoever did these designs did a shit ass job too. Sorry. You guys know I'm sleeved, so there's that. Yeah, we definitely got the hateful bitch status today. How uncomfortable, but it's not the tattoo artist's fault. He has no say in this. Yeah, she could have got this for free in jail. The lettering is terrible, but hey, whatever. Money for him. Tattoo artists don't get a choice. I mean, some of them will tell you, like, no, we're not doing that, but it's sped up. They have it all sped up. Froggy, thank you for becoming a member. Okay, let's get to the. So she goes through and has them tattoo her or video her getting this tattoo. That's one of the easiest spots to get a tattoo. Also, those places don't hurt. Okay, so this is hers. This is the one she got. But look at the S right here. It looks like my first tattoo. This is a shit job. I'm not sure whose this is. This one's extremely disrespectful and very large, very noticeable. Not in a cover-up spot, right on your wrist. Yeah. They've said that that's the real Me Too, but I don't know for sure if it is or not. Then there's that. The coloring's pretty. Then there's this one. This is the only one that I find to be semi-respectful. This one right here is the only one I find to be semi-respectful because it doesn't have his name that I can see. Now, did they get it somewhere else? I have no idea. But this one right here, I wouldn't have a problem with if all of them got that one. So that's their tattoo collection. Okay, back to this.
Paula, Stephanie. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I can't really talk much louder than this. Jenny, it's nice to see you. Uh, Terralotta, not sure. Cyber Guardian, good morning. And I'm telling you, and it's so funny because they're
The line work on that was shit. Agreed. The shading on some of those colors are good, but yeah. Anyways, I could go into my whole dissertation on what I think about the tattoo. That's beyond the point at this point. It's already on people's bodies. We got more to discuss.
Oh my God, she spent her freaking money. I ain't the one buying cars for my kid and myself, okay?
You're going to have to prove that. You're going to have to prove that any of that money went to buying cars. And even if she did, it's none of your fucking business. You went and got a $400 paint job. Fucking shut up.
My handout every week.
All of this is unnecessary at this point because none of it's going to stop any of this behavior, period, point blank, end of story.
$5,000 for my audience, okay? I'm literally raising money for attorneys. Yes, I still work every single day. Well, I guess I only did the 2 videos yesterday. I really didn't. For the last 2 days, I really haven't produced anything, but
getting a tattoo's work these days
for the most part. And I just like that. I like them to figure out how much money we spent. I bet you damn good and well they would be shocked first and foremost, and I guarantee they'll never guess the amount. Just saying. So,
would you get some freebie tattoos? I mean, cool.
Oh yeah, we're up early. Well, I get up this early every morning, but the only reason I'm going live is because my day is going to be filled. Sonia, don't worry. I already told everybody you'd be praying for us. I look over at the real me too. I'm like, Sonia's gonna be praying. Sonia's gonna be praying. This is my philosophy. Look, we're here with their family, and just to let you know, Seth's sister's here. And
this is where she says Seth's sister is there.
For people that don't know her story, she had cancer, and so she's got a few tattoos to cover up some of the work that she had to have done. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. So, after talking to these people and explaining the story, we decided that the price was right. We'd go ahead and move forward. And everybody's like, what if he comes home? We're talking about his army. We're trying to bring him home.
We're his army. No, you're Seth's army. You're explaining Seth at his most vulnerable time. Sorry, it's going to be said a lot today, and you guys can disagree with me, but both things can be true. The man is obviously not capable of making sound decisions, and he found a group of people who are willing to push that ante, and he's right in it with them. And all things can be true at once, but abusers can be abused, exploiters can be exploited. It all cycles through.
We're praying to God we don't have to put wings on these things. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that never get anything right and love to spread misinformation, damn, once again, they're wrong, as always, right?
Can you imagine having the bitch that calls your child defective getting his name tattooed on you?
As always. And talk about, QB. What the flip was she on you last night? She sounded like she was slapped on.
Toby, and thank you for being a member for 5 months.
Something like, whoa. What was that all about? Somebody said, oh, hey, Justin, it's nice to see you, my love.
You are in litigation with this person and you are saying things like, what was she on last night? I mean, who knows? Who fucking knows what your deal is or what you're trying to allude to here? And what?
Did you see I'm a real biker bitch now? I'm just saying. I got the I got the proof.
I'm a real biker bitch now. Let's take that back. Pay attention to this.
What was that all about? Somebody said, "Oh, hey, Justin, it's nice to see you, my love." Did you see I'm a real biker bitch now? I'm just saying. I got the proof. This is the way I feel about this. This is the way I feel about it. Look, I'm literally been arrested for not breaking a law. This is going to follow me the rest of my life. This is going to follow that county the rest of their life. So I'm definitely going to represent what we're here for.
Oh, you're a real biker bitch now these days, huh?
What was that all about? Somebody said, "Oh, hey, Justin, it's nice to see you, my love." Did you see I'm a real biker bitch now? I'm just saying. I got the proof. This is the way I feel about it. Look,
Oh, you're a real biker bitch now these days, huh? No, real bikers wouldn't do this shit. They would know the level of disrespect. Don't degrade bikers at the same time with your trashy ass fucking behavior. You ain't a biker, bitch. You a petty fucking trash ass menace to society.
Is this your first? No, I got one when I was 15. A tiny little one. I thought I showed you, Justin. You don't remember it? I think we had a conversation about there. There's the first one. That little speck. And the one I got on my shoulders, like, I don't know, like this big. Like, I don't know, like I remember when it came out, it was a lot bigger, and I'm like, can we make it a little bit smaller? Like, I'm thinking about something like this. Yeah, you have one. Oh my gosh. Ah, I love that watercolor one. That guy. Oh, and listen to this. When he did that watercolor one, um, he was so moved by the story of Sebastian that he actually gave um, um, one of the people, the one that got the water work, the water art on there, he gave her some things to burn before the next search and a prayer. He wrote out a prayer to say, and you have to light this one thing and let it burn all the way out, and then you got to light this other candle, and let that burn all the way out. And then while you're lighting the last candle,
Man, they fucking manipulated the shit out of these tattoo artists with some story.
you've got to say this prayer. And he wrote the prayer out. It was, I don't know. It was just, it was really touching to see a bunch of people that didn't know this boy really be moved by the story
You don't know this boy, bitch. You don't know this boy. You don't. Oh.
of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, which we've been covering. And I was reading some things. What do you think the judge is going to say? If the judge starts telling me what I can and can't put on my body, just like he's trying to say what I can and cannot say out of my mouth when we are in America, that kind of really solidifies my communism remarks, don't you think?
The judge isn't going to have a say of the tattoo. That isn't going to happen for anybody that's thinking that the judges, he might add to the stack of continued harassment and how disrespectful she is. It will lead to her character, but the judge isn't going to have any say over the tattoo. It's all the other behavior around the tattoo. It's the continued harassment, the fact that the judge told her that they basically don't exist to them anymore, and she continues to do this. Sherry, thank you for the support. Much appreciated.
Just a little bit. It is my body, my choice. Let me just say that, just like everybody else. And I love this. Oh my God, that's so disrespectful to Seth. Who the flip do you think was in that place with us,
Seth, of course Seth was.
along with his sister? I'm just curious. I love how people think they know something. They absolutely know nothing. But it's not what it's about.
He can be right there, and it can still be disrespectful that a bunch of grown ass adults don't have any care or concern about him and are exploiting his every vulnerability. All things can be true, and there you are, Betty. Sit with that.
It's the meaning
I wonder if Dog and Nick are going to get him too.
behind it. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a high functioning autistic boy that has disappeared from suspicious circumstances from a house that has a bunch of CPS reports, at least several. One is a bunch, one is too many, in my opinion. But two shows a pattern.
We talked about this yesterday, how they were trying to emotionally manipulate people again with these CPS reports and the constant leveraging over people's heads with that. First and foremost, if there was open CPS reports, I'm going to say it one more time. Why aren't they going after the state of Tennessee? Why aren't they going after DCFS in Tennessee if there is a problem here and they failed to act? They're not doing that. Instead, they're taking people in Pennsylvania to court over a filing with a bunch of fucking random bullshit that we're going to get into eventually. But that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is they're using it as emotional manipulation because that can't be released. It's privacy for a minor child. They're dangling it over people's heads to emotionally manipulate you to believe that there's all these things. First and foremost, there were CPS reports in California. And from my understanding, there might have been CPS reports in previous states before Chris Proudfoot ever even came into the picture. Seth himself talked about those CPS reports and having a visit from CPS when he was in California on your own show on May 30th, Betty. You want to forget about that?
3, there's something going on. And I can tell you that this boy, I'm praying to God, is out there somewhere.
And don't even get me started on the autism piece of that. Tracy Chasing Truth is in the comment section. I'm sure she will handle that because she takes those subjects on. I try to leave those alone because I will cuss a bitch up one side and down. She doesn't know the slightest about autism. Betty does not. Betty has no clue how disrespectful she is being to anybody on the spectrum. Period, point blank, end of story.
But with each passing day and seeing nothing moving on anybody's end but Seth's, it's very disheartening and very upsetting. Seth was so appreciative. We honored Sebastian this way. It's a tattoo because we care about Sebastian. We have become family with we became family. We want Sebastian found safe. That's exactly correct. Like I said, when we were getting these, I said, I pray. I remember looking over and I say, I pray to God we don't have to come back to get wings. You know, um, that's
Already planning if they have to go back and add to the tattoos to get wings. You sick motherfuckers.
going to be the most detrimental thing if that ever happens. But I'm praying to God.
The most detrimental thing, if you have to go back and get wings added to your tattoo, that's the most detrimental thing. We have parents that are going to bed every night not knowing where their son is. Not just Seth, Katie and Chris and their extended family. Fuck you, Betty.
That nothing needs to happen to it other than what we have. You know, we worked very hard. We put our own freedoms and well-being in jeopardy for this boy. Um, you know, we've surrounded Seth and his family with a whole bunch of love. And, you know, I don't do this very often, but this case has.
I said to Kyle last night, I said, can you imagine if he isn't deceased? Can you imagine if he is alive coming home to a bunch of fucking whacked out adults that got your name tattooed on them? Fuck that. That's weird as fuck. The level of disrespect all the way around and not thinking of Sebastian in this situation, period, his dignity, none of it is what grinds my gears.
Will forever be with me. I mean, for the rest of my life, this case will forever be with me, not just because of the legal aspect of it.
We go from her saying, thank you for allowing me to serve you with her fucking campaigning speech yesterday while she was in Tennessee, saying that she's going to fix Tennessee laws, trying to jumble up a bunch of situations that don't add to nothing with her conspiracy theory word salad bullshit that she was trying to spew out there, trying to connect a bunch of dots that don't even connect, going into the most powerful statements that she's made, talking about Texas not having budgets. Like, what the fuck? And then trying to throw all this other shit in there and then basically giving us campaign speech to then now tattoos. Like, the level of disrespect and delusions with this bitch are beyond.
It. Um, but because of everything that we've done in
I got
this
you. Let me see.
case, this is one of the cases that.
Nope, she's got closed captioning off too. Sorry, guys. You know, I turned it on for you if it was there, but it's not there. It's as loud as it gets, and it's
never quite experienced before. So this is a first for me. I've never experienced a corrupt county before, so that's a first for me. I mean, a truly, you know, we don't give a crap about our own laws in the state type of, you know, county. We don't, you know, we make up our own laws and we just, and all the attorneys are the status quo. Um, you know, it's just very concerning all the way around. And like I said, we're planning on making sure that this never happens again to anybody in that community. It's really sad that it does. Um, I'm very, very concerned.
she's babbling about the sacrifice that she made in this county and how it's forever going to be with her and how corrupt this is and her typical useless ramblings of a delusional person.
For the well-beings of the citizens in Sumner County that are under Sumner County.
She's basically saying that she's a sacrificial lamb, you know, because this corrupt county is after her to target her. Sorry, it's plain morning. You guys know how Saturday mornings go here.
I mean, I think they just need to write out what their laws are there because they don't bode with Tennessee law. And I think that if they've got curfews on roads and you can't conduct yourselves.
There is nobody that's ever said that there's a curfew on a road. You weren't just driving on a road, bitch. That's been proven in the court of law.
Then I think they need to be posting those signs. Sonia leaving shortly. What? Where are you going? Where you going, punk? Just asking for a few friends. No. But it's been quite a journey, as many of you guys can imagine. We have,
Been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey, as many of you can imagine. I've sacrificed so much. I've been targeted so much. Me, me, me. There's a missing child, you sick fucking bitch. Sorry, that's all I have to say today. Sick fucking bitch, disgusting bitch. It's going to be vile. Sorry. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I can't stand this. The level of disrespect is off the charts. If anybody condones this, which we do, we have people condoning her behavior and defending this shit. We do. And I'm going to show you that too. Oh, Brittany J.
we have a lot of work ahead of us. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, your dedication to the case is impressive. This case needs your brand of strength. Oh, thank you, Danelle.
Your dedication to this case, somebody in the comment section says your level of delusions.
Actually, that means a lot coming from you because I know you're ultra critical of me.
Pay attention right here. This is where your ears need to make sure your volume's up.
I love it though. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, more damn Eagle. So it was funny because I think Seth was moved when we got him. He goes, damn, my son has more bitches, more bitches than me. Teasing that he's got a bunch of girlfriends.
Um, um, so that's what's said when this happens. Seth said, "You've got more bitches. He's got more bitches than me." Let's listen to that again.
Because I know you're ultra critical of me. I love it though. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, more damn Eagle. So it was funny because I think Seth was moved when we got him. He goes, damn, my son has more bitches, more bitches than me. Teasing that he's got a bunch of girlfriends. It was cute. It was really cute.
There's nothing cute about that. This child is missing, and this is his dignity and his name, and you guys have desecrated that. It's not funny. It's not cute. You are a bunch of creepy ass adults who don't know this child, who have formed this weird, obsessive, disgusting so-called bond you say you have with this missing child that you didn't know even existed until he went missing. And then it's done on the preface of fucking hate, hating his mother and his stepfather, trying to make them responsible for something we have no indication that they are.
Shouldn't say that. He didn't. I don't think he said bitches. I think he said women.
He was very happy.
Yeah, he was moved. He was moved
Very moved.
almost to tears. So I love the tattoo. Yeah, but I gotta tell you that watercolor one that was if I love big tattoos, I would have dived all in on that one, because that was a gorgeous tattoo. But like mine's like this big. I know it doesn't look like that, but if you watch the video, it's small. He started out much bigger. I'm like, no, that's no, thank you. But
I'm going to say it once again, mods. I see stuff's going on. If you can't be respectful and understand, we're not going to lower ourselves to certain standards over here. You can dislike this person highly. You can all the things, but multiple things can be true at once. And people that are doing that shit in the comment section are giving these people what they want, because you're going to find your names and filings, frivolous bullshit that's carrying on. I mean, keep doing that, but you won't do it here. Thank you, mods.
they had to make it big enough so you could see it. So, no, that I know it's gorgeous. I love you and your channel. I studied international law and fight against injustice myself. Oh, thank you, Stella, and all the way from Norway. Good gracious.
International law. These people are so fucking delusional.
Just thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. But I gotta tell you, you know what? The equipment that they use this day and age for tattoos is much different than what we had to experience. When I got that first one, I remember the first one. they have
I bet she calls it a tattoo gun instead of a machine too. She's one of these ignorant bitches.
like guns. They're like, they look like guns.
How did I know that was going to be said? I hadn't even watched it this far yet. How did I know? Ignorance.
They have like rubber bands that wrap them, and you got to adjust the needle, and you can make the needle a little too longer, which scars people. These machines, I mean, I was worried about pain, which is one of the reasons.
It's not about the, oh my God, the scarring doesn't come from that. Oh, you idiot. And some of the machines still use rubber bands. I swear some people are stupid. Okay.
Why? Oh, from Sweden. It's nice to see you. God bless you, Malin. It's nice to see you. And so that was one of the reasons, the first reasons why I got it smaller. Is because I'm remembering the one I got when I was 15, and I'm like, it's like, it's hard to watch.
If you missed what I said in the very opening of this is a situation, in my opinion, once again, I can have empathy and like totally understand that Seth is in a very vulnerable spot. Abusers, in my opinion, this is a form of emotional abuse that has continued on his wrath of Katie. He can also be abused. Abusers can be abused. Exploiters, he himself, in my opinion, has absolutely exploited his own child, but he is also being exploited by these very clowns that have surrounded him. Multiple things can be true at one time here, and you have people going through the most vulnerable with these leeches attaching to them and using every ounce of their vulnerability for their personal gain. All of these people, they don't care about Sebastian. They claim that they care about Seth. But this is all about personal gain. If you listen to all of these people, it's them, me, me, me.
Guys know I'm scared of this stuff. And then they're like, oh, well, this new technology, it doesn't hurt as bad. And so they look like little Dremel machines now. And they just switch out the heads. Like they have little like heads that come off, and you can get your like a single, like a 3 needle, 5 needle, and 8 needle. And they just switch out the heads are like this big, and they're mostly plastic. And then they have your stuff. So my tattoo hurt. Like, I know that's what I was thinking. And I knew that this was like right on my bone. So I'm like, I really don't want, a big tattoo. And then he's like, well, they don't hurt that bad. There was one.
Oh, but you're so in it, right? It's all about Sebastian. You're doing so much, but you're worried about the pain and how big it is going to be. But I thought this was like something that you were so excited to do. I got to speed it up. I'm going to lose my shit.
Spot that I remember, one of the people looked over and says, is it getting to you? And I'm like, I'm chewing, chewing on the side of my lip. They're like, is it getting to you? I said, just that one spot. That's a little tender, it's really going right over the shoulder bone. I'm like, but it didn't hurt near as bad as my ankle bone. So I remember when I got my first tattoo in my 40s for my grandbabies, I flushed. I flushed when they put the marker on my ankle. They were like, honey, this is just the marker. So I have 30 tattoos. I'm going for another one on my birthday. Aw, that's sweet. And it's so funny because they're also talking about the blocks, the autism blocks. And, we have people here that work with autistic, or have family that work with autistic children.
Autism blocks. She just said these are autism blocks. Jesus, take the wheel.
And I find it a little insulting that they're like, oh, that's not it. It's like, yeah, it is.
No, it's not. No. And maybe if you were up to date on anything or knew what you were talking about with autism, instead of trying to say, we have people here, you know what? There's people in my comment section. There's people that are talking to you right now that work. Never mind. Keep it going.
Any updates on the Oregon lead? It's being traced down, Jack.
If you have people that work with autism and they encourage you to do this, they should probably go back and get some more training. But there's that.
I haven't had an opportunity to follow up, but we are getting, there are things that are coming in related to it. And as many of you know, like I said, there's a lot of reports going to ports of entry, from all over the country into certain states, including Oregon and New York.
Misty, I know. And she doesn't even call it a puzzle piece. She calls it a block. Yeah, things change and progress. And Betty is still back here she can't even research. I mean, She said that Florida has 5 missing children, and then she's like, well, one's been taken off, so they only have 4. No, they had 4 active alerts versus Tennessee's 40 active alerts. We did that yesterday. She can't get shit straight, and she does no research whatsoever.
Oh, thank you, Melanie. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. And so we're still monitoring that, but I can tell you since that came out that there are many leads coming in. So they're not. I'm not investigating the leads. I don't mind going out and searching. I don't mind commentating on stuff. But as far as the leads and researching that, that's being done by the intelligence team. They're doing an amazing job. They are the ones that are the professionals in all of this, and that's kind of what's going on with that. So, or it's close to my woha on my waist. Well, Justin, I didn't need the TMI part of it. I was telling them the story. I'm like, my aunt, she's, my uncle.
And Spanky's over there having a baby shower for a freaking monkey. He's getting a monkey, and so they threw him a baby shower for a monkey. What the fuck is this world coming to?
Retired from the Navy after 30 years. And while he was in the Navy, he sent my aunt to RN school. So she was an RN before he retired from the Navy. And then when he retired from the Navy, he had money that he could go back to school, and he went and became a physical therapist. Oh, thank you, Yeda. God bless you. He was a physical therapist. Well, I don't know if it was like a midlife crisis or whatever, but he used to have a motorcycle when he lived in California, and so he kind of wanted to, go back to his youth. So he ended up ordering this Super Glide from the Harley Davidson. I remember it took him, like, it was back ordered. It took him 9 or 10 months to get his motorcycle. Like, he couldn't.
Is she really trying to like act like she's somewhere connected to the biker community now that she's got a fucking tattoo on her shoulder? I don't ride bikes. Kyle's got a bike. I'm not a biker bitch, and I am sleeved. Okay. Like, what is this? This is so weird. This is the level of disconnect that these people have.
He was chomping at the bit. He couldn't wait until it arrived. And so they were, starting to, go to the little, because they live in a different area. And so they had a lot of activities they can go to, like right on the water. And so she ended up going and getting a butterfly tattoo. Now, this is my aunt, and she's older. And so she got a butterfly tattoo on her butt. And I remember she came out, she was bragging to me about it. And she goes, I got a butterfly tattoo on my butt. She goes, now I'm a real biker bitch. I about lost my stuff.
How fucking embarrassing to tell that story. How embarrassing.
I'm telling you, I about lost it. What did Cyber say? The one on my butt says, oh. You're too funny. You're too.
Probably what a lot of us would refer to as a tramp stamp. I mean, okay, and carry on. Nothing to do with anything else besides trying to make your tattoo look like it's some. This is weird shit. Weird shit.
Funny. I have a butterfly for lupus. Oh, that's so sweet, Ada. What'd you say? Sonia says she has 2 tattoos. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's shocking, Sonia. That's absolutely shocking.
Smiles, I got them all for you.
I would have never known. Hey, Barbosa, it's nice to see you. But I just find it funny because these people literally, they don't know us. These hate channels don't know us. They have like no clue what we're doing. They have no clue where we're at. They have no clue about.
Wrong. We knew you were in Tennessee from the trees in the background yesterday.
A darn thing. And yet they see something and they automatically just assume all of this stuff that they have literally no clue about. And I think that is what frustrates me. They spread around more misinformation than any other genre on these streets.
Y'all, in the comment section, you can rail Betty. Rail Betty, rail her behaviors, rail the people that are exploiting these families. Do that, please. Focus your energy on those people. Please keep it decent. You can talk about his behaviors. That's one thing. But we don't have to be like them. The behaviors are enough. And the people around him are most concerning. The people who have leached onto these cases, and this isn't the first time, they've been looking for this opportunity. They found it. They found it here.
Literally as much misinformation. They have no contacts with anybody. I can guarantee that the majority of them aren't even talking to the other side of the family. They're just spewing their hate for them.
Why would we want to talk to the other side of the family? Why do we need to get involved? We shouldn't be involved to that point. We shouldn't be involved at all. You can rail Betty all you want. Please do. You can say all the things. I don't care. You just have to be able to stand on what you say. I'm not responsible for your grown ass shit. But okay, just hit and play. I'm so gonna lose it on this bitch.
They're spewing their misinformation for them. They're the ones causing the distraction.
We're not talking to them, but we're spewing their misinformation for them. No, bitch, that's you. You're the one out here calling a child defective, out here calling a child fucking all the disrespectful things. That's you. You're the one out here putting out misinformation, hanging things over people's heads to emotionally manipulate your audience to believe that there's evidence that there's not. This Oregon connection, that all started off some delusional ramblings and a police report that was called in June when supposedly the sighting was in March that gave you guys something. And now you're claiming that you're looking into border states. Well, last time I checked, when I looked at a map, Oregon it doesn't border Canada, but there's that.
For them that are preventing this boy from being found. They're not helping with leads. They're not helping with raising awareness. They're not helping post flyers. They're not helping, they're not helping with anything. What they're doing is.
By the way, for anybody that just heard me say Betty called Sebastian defective, that didn't happen in just one stream. I did a whole video detailing multiple times. There was 9 different streams that she used defective. 9, not just once, 9. And it's detailed with all of the clips multiple times in each stream, 9 different streams. If you want me to pull it up and drop it in the comment section so you can go see it, I will gladly do it. But she didn't say he was defective once. She said it numerous times in numerous streams over and over and over again, trying to imply that that's how Katie sees Sebastian. That's what she thinks. Betty thinks that Katie thinks of Sebastian. She's never even talked to Katie. If you want me to drop that, I can, but it's all clipped out.
They're sitting there with their hands out and clearly, obviously taking their money that they're supposed to be using for their defense and spending it on substances. Because I'm telling you, what I heard last night on QB's channel was a little shocking because she sounded absolutely under the influence of something.
Eric, and the sad thing about that shirt that you're talking about, sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments and trying to catch a few of them. That shirt that you're talking about that she wore, the mommy was, why wasn't I good enough? That was actually made during the Quentin Simon case. That was when they were outside of Quentin Simon's with the Ninja Turtle mask and the Leilani, will you marry me? And the screaming, crying baby music and the harassment of that family. That shirt was made for that. This has been a continued pattern of behavior of Betty, and it just keeps escalating.
I don't know what she was under the influence of, but it sounded like an upper, not a downer. That was, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the video. I guarantee you'll start hearing it. When did it start getting really bad?
I'd say we didn't listen to like 15 minutes, 10 minutes in. She was wasted.
Yeah, she was absolutely.
She was out of it.
Out of it.
Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
This has been a lot on Sebastian's family, the family that actually loves him, and
a family that actually loves him,
cares about his well-being, not the ones that are living their best life ever since his disappearance. So,
oh, where's my OGs at? Who used to say that another person was living their best life? That was their tagline. Dre's out here living her best life. So now Betty's grabbed onto that and is just trying to say that Katie and Chris are out here living their best life. Seems like a constant pattern and a constant theme of these misinformation tragedy vultures.
It's really hard to watch. It's really hard to see the misery on these people, these people's face.
Yep. MGL.
The concern, the unknown, wanting to know something. Hey, Lady Justice, it's nice to see you. So now I'm a bad bee. I got tatted. Mess with me now.
Oh, one will say you should get a teardrop tattoo next.
I want you to take that fully in right there, that delusional shit. I'm going to slow it down to normal speed so you can see how cool she thinks she is and listen to the follow-up after this.
Hard to see the misery on these people, these people's face, the concern, the unknown, wanting to know something. Hey, Lady Justice, it's nice to see you. So now I'm a bad bee. I got tatted. Mess with me now.
Oh, one will say you should get a teardrop tattoo next.
Oh no, that's for them. They're the ones that are probably have done something to somebody, Yeah, that we'll leave the teardrop for the hate channels because we know that they're detrimental to society. You know,
Guess what, Betty? I've never even had a mugshot. Can you say the same? Guess what, Betty? I have all sorts of tattoos and don't think I'm a bad bitch one bit. The only time I think I'm a bad bitch is when I try to crawl out of bed in the morning and it's successful and I don't fall over. I mean, I'm a bad bitch for standing up and snapping and popping. But this is some delusional, weird fucking. This is the old school mentality. If you have tattoos, that you're hard. Like, what is wrong with you people? This whole theory of like people with tattoos are fucking bad. No, we just like fucking body art. That's it. Okay. We just like to express ourselves. Fuck out of here.
that's okay. Hey guys, it's me, Allison. I'm back. Oh, Allison, it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, Vita. That's always the kiss of death. Uh, don't work too hard. Oh, Jackie P, have a great day.
MK, this is what happens when you spend too much time on your knees behind chilies. That's what's really truly going on here. One too many times, the head hitting the pavement, maybe.
He had a face only mother could love. What were you guys talking about? Oh, I also made a mistake of getting my ex's initials. See, I tell everybody, don't put a guy's name on your body. That's like the worst thing, right? Like this is a passion item, but
Wait, what? Don't put a guy's don't put a guy's name on your body, but go ahead and put a missing child's name on your body.
he had a face only a mother could love. What were you guys talking about? I also made a mistake of getting my ex's initials. See, don't put a guy's name on your body. That's like the worst thing, right? Like this is a passion item, but it's a passion project. I mean, this is a labor of love. Trust me, this case has cost me a lot, a lot. This case has cost this channel a lot. And
Going into that, going from don't get anybody's name tattooed on you, a man's name tattooed on you, into how much, well, this is a passion project for her, but then going into how much this case has cost you and your channel. I swear to God, I don't know what happened to the air in society, if their air just got polluted or something, but this level of delusions.
it's just it's crazy. I know somebody was out here. They, Sonia, you might want to post on our Bullhorn Betty True Crime channel and the Sebastian Rogers channel, your website or your Facebook, so they can get a hold of you. Because I had several people reach out to me and they wanted the coffee cup with Delilah on it, and they said they couldn't get a hold of you. And I told them to go to Facebook.
Into selling fucking merch. Into selling merch. We just went into selling merch. How much this passion project has cost her and her channel into selling merch. Take a bite out of crime with McGruff. I mean, Betty.
Hopefully somebody got a hold of you, but you might want to drop your link in here and post it on both.
By the way, Sonia's not the only one profiting off of merch about missing children. Crime Time Buzz has a shirt that says bring them home with green on it in honor of Sebastian, that she's profiting off of and dropping links to also. Yeah, these people have lost all touch with reality.
Both of those channels, or post it to, when you post it on your channel, tag just me in it so it goes on my personal account, like not my personal account, like the Bullhorn Betty, like we have Bullhorn Betty, which is my account. Then we have the group, which is the Bullhorn Betty True Crime, and then of course all the other groups as well. Yes, I made one for someone. Okay, great. I know how the mom makes her coffee. It's like she craves. Oh, good gracious. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. It's nice to see you, Kelly. Yeah, we decided to get some. I will be with Mr. and Mrs. E today. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I hope Mr. and Mrs. E are doing well. I haven't even had a chance to talk to them. I really haven't. The kangaroo looks like he is judging people. And now you know why I decided to get a minute. I could have done this. Come on. I could have made it. There's a reason. There's a reason. If I show anything, you guys should know there's a reason for it all. What was that kangaroo movie, the one that where he chases the person and boxes them. Does anybody remember?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember the name of that.
Does anybody remember the kangaroo movie? Oh, guidance, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, you got a kangaroo with a
Hey, Paula, keep the kangaroo in frame. It's so funny. So I reached out to my mom. I sent her a picture.
Kyle's up. Kyle just got to hear the clip of what Betty said, Seth said. Hold on. You want his opinion right quick?
Should I say what I just said?
Probably not.
Okay, then they're all fucking psychotic.
There you go. Good morning, Kyle. What you said before might get me banned, but it might have been worth it too. I don't know.
Picture. I said, well, I figured I'd let you know before I dropped the video. Like that video that you guys saw sped up, that was like 36 minutes. How in the world is this an atheist kangaroo? Come on. Come on. YouTube land 15 years back. So, hey Southern, I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well. I have a CT on 11/21. Hopefully nothing's going on.
By the way, the clip I played him was Betty saying that Seth said, my son has more bitches. So you can only imagine what his commentary actually was and why I won't let him repeat exactly what he said.
What's wrong with you? It could be pretty face, whitetail roo. Yeah. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to be chilling out here today, and then we'll be on the road again tomorrow. I came to visit a few people. Oh, excuse me. I wanted to meet Seth's sister, and she's such a doll. I gotta tell you, she's beside herself with everything that's been going on with Sebastian and everything that has been going on with her nephew. And we talked about her children and how this is affecting her children, and they're affected very greatly by everything going on. Everybody really is. The only people that seem not affected by it, are a whole section of the family, and whether or not they're, upset or regretting their decision here and there. I think, there's no if, ands, or buts about something was going on out on the outside of that boy's home in the early morning hours. The same morning he was reported missing. There's, we can see it with our own eyes. We don't need to even be convinced. Hey, Salty, I hope you're doing well. And we can clearly see something going back in the direction of the home. We can't say which home it went to, but in the direction of the home.
Now we're just doing this weird whisper, delusional fucking rambling here. What's going on over here?
I'm waiting for that painting in the background to come alive and kick her in the back of
the head. Kyle's hoping that kangaroo just jumps out and just handles business.
Fucking boots are right in the back of the head. It might set that shit straight.
I don't even think at this point that would happen. Oh, by the way, I need an upgrade to my helmet collection. Your motocross helmets aren't there. There's this guy that she started talking about yesterday and trying to lump into all of her weird conspiracies. And he's got a helmet with like these little flashlights on. And he went on all these QAnon podcasts with the helmet on. I need to up my game. I need a helmet like him.
You aren't touching my helmets.
Oh, I am. Snazzy Trinket says, my prediction of the next overstep, Seth marries the sl5un as the ultimate virtual slap to KP. I mean, that's not an ultimate virtual slap to KP. Truly. She's moved on. Whatever, if he wants to be stuck with this the rest of his life, I don't think that will happen. But who knows? Thank you for the support. J-Dub says, coming in late, listening on 2 times while I work. Thank you for addressing the situation. My heart is broken for Sebastian and his family.
It's just going to depress you. This woman's a fucking psychopath.
Anyone who condones this, in my opinion, are morally void. Yeah, people are condoning this. People are cheering it on. And more people are saying that they are going to get these tattoos. You guys realize that this has started like a whole fucking movement of people thinking that this is acceptable. Like, people have lost their fucking minds. And J-Dub, thank you for the support always. Thank you both.
And it just seems odd, oddly enough, that it appears to be one singular light heading back there. And there was a singular person that woke up inside that home, allegedly. At least that's what was stated to
Kyle's right here reading all your comments about everything, and he's got commentary, and we are on mute for a reason.
law enforcement and on public record, and what law enforcement at the beginning of this case relayed to the public. Hey, Elser, I hope you're doing well. Are you doing the vigil today? There is 2 vigils that are going on today. So, you know, I'm sure I'll be attending one of them. There'll be 2 separate vigils going on today. The kangaroo reminds me of Betty Cork's no shit top hat. Now you're getting it. I hope the vigil goes well today. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's 2 that are going on. One's at 7:30 tonight. So I'll be giving you guys the details of that as it approaches.
Why are you only going to one? If you're there, why aren't you going to both of them? Why would you only be going to one of them? Are you going to the earlier one thinking you're going to get locked up, you know, be the martyr again, be the savior of all saviors, go spend 19 hours again? Is that what you're intending to do? Locked up, won't let me out. I hope you get a permanent home in Tennessee for an extended stay vacation. That's what I really hope for you. And I hope you get, I hope your Sally, if you do end up going to jail, I hope she is a combination.
That's such a great place to pause it too.
A combination of
reading glasses.
Look at the ho hoops that she's got on. Man, she needs new earrings. Whoever keeps restocking these earrings needs to get her some new ones. Come on, you're not doing her any favors.
So,
and I could care less if you wear hoops. If you do wear hoops, I do too. But it's just Betty. Okay, we don't like Betty. We're hating on Betty today. Okay, we're the hate channels. We're being the hate channels. Actually, her Selly, it would be perfect if her Selly was a combination of chasing. Like personality wise, if I could combo like a bunch of your mother, I would be good with that. I would love, I would love to see Chasing and Betty in a cell for 12 hours.
I would say she's as bad as Tim Ballard, but she probably can't get anybody to sleep with her.
Oh,
should do an update. It's ridiculous. They don't really care. Like I said, I think part of the issue is they
Casual Art. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support.
I don't think they followed a proper procedure and protocol in this case.
I'll get it airbrushed. I'll get my new helmet airbrushed so I look like a badass biker bitch. Be on Betty's level.
You know, just from an outsider looking in and having a great understanding of what law enforcement is supposed to be doing, because we reviewed, you know, for years, everything that's on the missing person, you know, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
I wouldn't wish that on Chasing at all. But man, I would love to have a camera on that, because she would be like, oh, okay. Yep. You keep talking. And then there would just be that one moment, your mother, you mother. I can't even say it. I can't talk like I'm from Boston, but there would just be that one singular moment in Chasing's eyes, and it would be done.
We read that, you know, just about every one of our cases when we're dealing with somebody under the age of 18, we refer to their directives. We refer to what they believe is the proper protocol. They are the experts in, you know, missing children and exploited children. And I just feel like there was a lot of policies that are put in place by the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. Now, granted, I understand that they're not adopted in Tennessee, but they should be. And actually, as a matter of fact, I dropped a video yesterday outlining exactly why we need change in Tennessee to better protect the children.
Oh, this delusional rambling right here, JC. Thank you for becoming a member. This whole thing that she tried to do yesterday, if you didn't see that weird spin, go back 2 videos and you can watch me detail it. She did this whole thing. At the end of it, she gives like a campaigning speech. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. I will be here in the state of Tennessee to bring all this stuff. She mixed in some of her glorious statements in the beginning of it and tried to link up misinformation about Florida and Tennessee's missing children. Didn't even know active alerts versus inactive alerts. Completely delusional bullshit. And then she goes into mixing this corruption in Millersville and trying to link it into all of this shit with how she is a top priority. Tennessee is so concerned about her when they have all this other things other things going on. She tried to say it was the government officials when it's actually just officials in Millersville, not the state of Tennessee. But she, once again, is trying to play that the whole thing is corrupt. Tennessee is corrupt. That's why they're out to get her. She's a top asset. All of their fiscal budget of 2024, she didn't say that. I said that, is spent, going after poor old Bets. She's going to be the martyr. She's going to take one for the team, and she's going to come out campaigning for Betty for fucking jail 2025.
Gary, that's what I thought too.
She's just fucking delusional, and it just keeps getting worse and worse.
It doesn't seem like that's.
If there's anything you do want to add, that's
No, I don't
allowable.
I don't want you getting kicked off.
top priority or top
Just tell me.
goal for Tennessee, despite them having 40 active missing children alerts out there, 40 in the state of Tennessee.
And again, the delusions of this. Tennessee has parameters that include up to 40 children being added to alerts, endangered children alerts, amber alerts. Whereas the state of Florida, which is a much larger state, according to her, only the parameter only allowed for 4 of those alerts. That's what she was looking at yesterday. And she's trying to use those numbers to convince people that Tennessee is way worse of any other state. They have problems, all of this stuff, when it's parameters of what fits into those alerts and how many active they have at that time to fit into those.
Tennessee is not larger than the state of Florida, and the state of Florida has 4. This is a huge problem. We've been telling you guys we have a huge problem in Tennessee, and Tennessee can arrest anybody that speaks ill that they want to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that they're responsible for the situation. Actually,
I'm going to throw my buddy under the bus here for a moment. I might change my opinion. I might allow Am. I would let Am sit in a cell for 12 hours with Betty.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Am is like the most passive, sweetest, nicest person. And then fire.
There's some G in there.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think? Am, I'm sorry, I'm sacrificing you. You and Chasing, you guys are like, fuck you, Becky.
That they're dealing with right now.
Am would love to.
Summer Wells should have been pulled out of her house. And yet, why? We keep asking ourselves, why didn't they do it? Well, now we have the answer. They have no freaking money, no resources. They have no place to send these children. So it's easier just to leave them in their abuser's home. That is what the information, the public information is showing. Tennessee, I've said for years, has got to do better. And you know what they chose to do? Stick their head in the sand. That's what they chose to do. Act like, oh my God, I can't believe these people are saying this. What did I tell you? Tennessee is the only state I've ever said this in. If you want to unalive your child, come to Tennessee. Why? Because you can do it. All you got to do is hide the body. You'll not deal with any repercussions.
Oh, who says that shit? Who says this shit out loud? Who says this and has these thoughts? Who has these thoughts? If you want to unalive your child, you just go to Tennessee and then you hide a body. Are you people okay? I mean, the answer is no. It's resoundingly no.
Why? Because they don't have any damn resources or common sense to handle these cases. I'm not dogging the detectives and the investigators on this. I'm talking about the peak policymakers here in the state. I'm talking.
Oh, now it's not the investigators. It's the policymakers. It's the policymakers in Tennessee. You don't even know what the fucking policy is. You wouldn't know what a policy is if it slapped you in the fucking face, Betty.
About top brass here in the state. I'm talking about top brass in some of these communities. They could be doing more. They could be doing better. And they're.
Meanwhile, the federal government is involved too, Betty. Not just Tennessee, the FBI, the Secret Service, do you know where they're ran from? You know where their funding comes from? Ho, wait a second. It's not just TBI and Sumner County involved in here, but carry on.
They're just not. And they are instead of working to fix the problem, they're working to cover it up. Tennessee Millersburg Cry is doing the right thing by investigating their own units finally. Well, I got to tell you, I hope there's a major investigation into Sumner County because something's not right. So
Millersville is in Robertson County and in Sumner County. All of the interviews, and this investigative reporting and digging into them has been going on for quite some time. Betty must have just got word of it and is trying to lump things in. Sumner County Sheriff's Department is not being investigated. It is solely Millersville that is being investigated by the TBI, and they have unloaded a ton of stuff. Again, we went over a bunch of that. Chico did a follow-up and went further into it. I encourage you to watch that if you're confused on any of that. Betty is trying to play this whole word salad bullshit confusion piece of it. They don't have facts to stand on. When you don't have facts to stand on to back up your fucking wild delusional ramblings, you run and grab a hold of anything and everything to fit it into a hole. And that's what she's doing. She's shoving square pegs into a hole that don't fit. And people are buying it and running with the misinformation.
After Summer Red's case, I had hope to see Tennessee had come further. Tennessee has not come further. Tennessee, Summer Wells' case was in 2021, and they still haven't put one policy to help children in this state. I'd like to see something done, and I'm glad that Trump is willing to provide whatever resources, whether it's better marching orders for
All right, I'm sorry for all my Trump lovers in here, but come on, people, you all know, even my Trumpers in here, incumbent President Trump is not allocating funds for one singular missing child. Can we speak rational for a minute here?
Don't say his name 3 times.
He's not going to show up. Well, I guess unless Betty is starting to turn a little orange with envy here. But President Trump is not allocating money for one missing singular child. That whole thing that Nick started and all of these people are like running with it, February of blank, because he didn't put a date in there. That's not happening. They are not going to be focusing on one singular missing child. There are so many missing children. There's so many missing adults. But again, if you go back, as soon as they came in, there was political things that they were trying to encourage. You have Bruce Castor, who is an attorney that represents At Night Media or has ties to At Night Media. That was Trump's appellate attorney that Trump was pissed off at. They're trying to link all these people together and feed you a bunch of bullshit. Please break it back and be rational about your thought process here. That's not happening, people.
The Congress here in Tennessee to do things differently. I think the first thing that needs to be done is it needs to be a requirement that if a child is missing and has not been found, they are to immediately within 24 48 hours have forensics done of their child's room at minimum. We need policies like that in place that ground law enforcement. So if they are friends with somebody.
And by the way, for all of you wondering, yeah, you better buckle up for the orange jokes for the next 4 years because they're coming. I'm sorry, but the man needs a different color for spray tan. Even if you like him, you better be able to admit that he's orange, okay? And he needs a new stylist. The haircut's got to go. I'm hoping in the next 4 years we get a different haircut and a different spray tan color. That's 2 accomplishments I'm waiting to see. Okay, carry on. But the jokes are going to come. And if you expect any different, don't come over here.
They don't turn the other cheek or give them the benefit of the doubt that jeopardizes the case, which is what I feel happened here. Nobody believed that this family could do anything to their child, whether it be shipping them off, whether it be interfering with a custody case, or whether it's more nefarious because of their friendship, because of them knowing the family. They took longer, in my opinion, to do things than they would have normally done. This idea, you want to try to be comfortable with people so they're opening up to you, but when they're flagrantly boasting about you'll never find them, that's a problem for normal people. That should be a problem for law enforcement. That's when you start looking at finding ways to rock their world, like maybe arresting them for some of the stuff that might be in that CPS report. There's things that can be done that Tennessee is just not doing.
And again, if that is the case, if there is stuff in a CPS report that was missed and somebody did drop the ball, let's give a hypothetical here. Let's say that did happen. Then all of that energy that Nick and team that are representing Seth, that in my opinion, possibly got him into a contract using a vulnerable person. Hey, what do I know? At their worst time, his representative team, I think it would be really interesting that they aren't focusing on Tennessee, but going after people in Pennsylvania. If they're standing on what they're saying, why aren't they going after Tennessee?
Buddies with the family. We've seen the pool the family has when they were able to lie under oath, manipulate a system, and have someone arrested that never committed a crime. If you can do that in Sumner County, Tennessee, why are those parents still walking free when they clearly, when law enforcement has no problem violating somebody else's rights and arresting them? This is a child missing. You had multiple Department of Children and Family Services inside that home. there was something going on behind the scenes that they worked with or had some kind of hand up by not notifying Seth, which is pretty odd for me. I don't understand that.
That wouldn't be a jurisdictional issue though, because Seth is a resident of the state of Tennessee. So, and if something happened and the state of Tennessee dropped the ball on things in Tennessee, he has standing to file complaints and or a lawsuit against the state of Tennessee, and he's a resident of Tennessee. Yes, what they're doing in Pennsylvania by wrapping people into it is because of what they're attempting to do, in my opinion. But yeah, that's a whole other story. But Seth is a resident of Tennessee. They're not doing anything there. But Betty's trying to use it as a standing up for bullshit.
How do you not notify the father when you have Department of Children and Family Services in a home? How did the teachers not contact? I mean, there's just so many underhanded stuff going on here, keeping Seth, that was fully involved in his child's life, out of what was going on with his child. The answer for him being missing, the LE stated we.
So before they were saying that teachers were actually involved, but now the school dropped the ball too. Is that what we're hearing now with this rambling? They can't pick who they want to blame. They want to blame everybody. But I go back to, there's some coincidental things that I think people forget too. The date he went missing to me is not a coincidence. February 26th. What happened on February 26th? The divorce was filed for years previous. Sorry, you can think what you want, but there's some coincidental things here that we have no idea where Sebastian is. None. But to continue to put all this other stuff, we know that there obviously was some discontent, and law enforcement, thankfully, is handling everything else.
Don't know what we don't know. In my opinion, it isn't even acceptable. Yeah. Where's Betty? Is she with Seth and his sister are waiting for the trial this week? KP has never protected Sebastian, and that's exactly why he kept getting harmed on KP's watch. I truly believe that. Every bad thing that's ever happened to that boy, every serious thing that's ever happened to that boy, happened to that boy while his mom had him.
You know why that is, Betty? That's called primary custodian. That's called she was the primary custodian. And that's not true either, because Seth had a visit from CPS that you talked about with Seth on your channel in California. So these things were happening. These incidents were happening in Sebastian's life, according to the things that you and Seth and the team had stated before anything ever was even moved to Tennessee. Before any of them moved to Tennessee, there was involvement by CPS. Now, you can keep ignoring the things that you guys have already talked about, but when you turn and try and twist it here and try to put full blame by manipulating people to believe that, you got to take into account that she was the primary custodian. He spent majority of his time with his mother. So, of course, most things are going to be reported and under her watch. And also, I'm going to go back to, if all of these things were known about, why didn't he intervene sooner?
I'm a private advocate for all parents who have disabled children. If anyone needs guidance, I can certainly help. Thank you, Lady Justice. That's a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Took 2.5 years to have a CH.
That's not Seth beside her. That's another female. I don't know who it is, though.
P report in Kylie Rodney's case through FOIA, shaking my head. Lots of low blows in that case. Yeah. And an unscrupulous PI that had his hands. And actually, I don't even think the guy was a PI in the state of Tennessee or state of California at the time. He was stating he was a PI in California. So I think we've got that right there. I've dealt with the system for 28 years. It has come a long way, but still.
So Betty, you've already tried that with SF. You've already tried that with SF and his licensing. You already got schooled on that. You've already tried that. You guys have done that already. Like, why are we doing this again? I think never mind.
Needs more funding. Tennessee, I feel like every other state's doing so much better and advancing so much better for our children, even though it's not perfect and there's still a lot of work to do. But I feel like the one state that's falling behind and has been falling behind for decades is the state of Tennessee. They don't have enough infrastructure stuff here, like, internet, just like North Carolina. These two states are the ones that are falling behind in infrastructure, infrastructure like cell phones and internet and things that make tracing and tracking people and tracking cars a lot easier and better. You know, you don't need those things until you need those things. That's right. Sebastian's mother did not protect him, as evidenced by the multiple. Exactly. Not only that, but look at California. He was. I mean, he was playing with an older boy. When do you have? When do you not monitor? Like I've never.
That's such bullshit. We're going back to more lies on that, and I'm gonna fucking fume. Where's my Tennessee residents? Tennessee, do you guys not have cameras? Do you not have closed circuit TV? Do you not have license plate readers in the state of Tennessee? I'd love to hear your opinions on that. Lisa, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. Do you think Tennessee doesn't have a CCTV? License plate readers? You know what also Tennessee has? You know, this whole theory of people going to other states and doing all this stuff? Airlines have tracking on people. Airports have cameras. Borders, like border crossings into Canada, there's cameras. They have documentation. Stuff that the FBI, you know, the Secret Service is going to have fully available to them. There's this whole rant here, this whole trying to spin these narratives, all of this stuff. And by the way, I highly encourage you to disregard what she's telling you as fact about the California incident, because there potentially is a lot more to that situation that we don't know. And I'm going to take you back to a couple simple things right quick. Electro, thank you for your support. I need to remind you that Seth himself said that Katie was the one to report that incident and get her child help. She didn't just brush it under the rug. Seth himself stated that Katie called CPS over that incident. Katie made the reports. Seth was unhappy with the treatment proceeding and didn't think it was appropriate. But obviously, in my opinion, you had parents trying to do their best to help their child. And they have tried to make it into something else that none of them were aware of, and we have no idea what truly happened. None of us were there for that.
I've never known a mom that has an 8-year-old child and just leaves them for God knows how long for them to do, you know, it sounded like he was brutalized by this other child. How does that happen with nobody being around those children? I mean, you just.
Oh my God. And now we're turning this incident into using terms like brutalized.
I mean, in the home with the mom? How does that even happen? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So.
You know how often things happen in the home with the parents, not just moms? You know how often things happen right under people's noses that they don't know about? Do you know how often things like that happen? You know where most sex trafficking happens? In the home with trusted people that they love, coaches, teachers, priests, youth pastors, people that are connected closely to victims. That is where most of this shit starts, right under the noses, and people don't know. To even do this weird victim shaming thing is disgusting.
I don't know, I just think this whole blissfully unaware defense is no longer acceptable. The system is underfunded and understaffed all across the country. It's a danger to children, and workers are being attacked by disgruntled parents. Change needs to come in all states. And you know what? That's the problem. Is
somebody's in our comment section that watched my video yesterday in Arizona. We just had a DCFS worker attacked in the Mesa building because budget cuts are happening and social services are being impacted for youth across the country. It's been an ongoing thing for years that they've been doing budget cuts. And then bitches like this, Betty, who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, try to use it as some, oh, we're going to protect our kids. Where were you? Want to talk about policy change? Policy has to change so funding can go to these programs to protect our children. But you don't want to talk about that, do you, Bets? Because you don't know shit about policy.
Been talking about this kind of stuff for years and years and years. I went to DC to advocate for the children, and I was told that
No, you fucking didn't. You went to DC for a CPAC convention, you fucking idiot. You didn't go to DC to advocate for our children. You went to DC for a CPAC convention. I remember that shit. Because Ballard was there at the same time. Another one that's used humanitarian causes and noble causes for their own bolstering of their, oh, you people.
you know, spy planes over the country are more important. Well, I don't know what's more important than our next generation. You know, I don't know what's more important than that. We are here for Sebastian regardless. Yeah. And we're here for change too. We're here so the next victim doesn't have to be like Sebastian or Summer Wells. At the end of the day, when you look at these cases, such as Summer Wells, such as Sebastian Rogers, the Department of Children and Family Services were already involved in both of those cases shortly before they disappeared.
And then I'm going to say it again. Then why has nobody filed a complaint against the state of Tennessee? That would be the first. If there is proof that they dropped the ball in any way, shape, or form, then that would have been the first step. But that's a step that's been missed. You keep telling people that, you keep wanting people to believe that, but you have no proof to back that up. Carry on. We have no indication that DCFS, CPS, whatever you want to refer to them as, dropped the ball. They went in, they investigated, they closed the case. It was unfounded. You can find that out of Seth's PI, Heather, who was working in capacity for Seth at the time on a news segment she and Seth did.
Then we're finding out that 229 children are shipped all across this country out of the state of Tennessee away from their families because they don't have the bed space or the resources. And then it's like a light goes off on the top of your head. And it's like, I knew it.
A light goes off on the top of your head. A light bulb should have gone off on the top of your head. That funding and the trickle down effect is what is impacting this. Budget cuts are what is impacting this. And you want to sit here and act like you do so much. When's the last time you got foster certified to take in these kids? Where are you doing anything to help these kids? You're sure as fuck not. You don't even know how the system works. You've never worked with the system. You've never done anything to actually advocate on behalf of a child. You wouldn't know that route. Some of us do. Some of us live those parts though, and actually stepped up to do something so kids would stay out of the system. But you just talk a big talk. You run those fucking lips. You have no idea what it's like for the children or the families that go through the system. You have no fucking clue. No clue. And you're not doing a goddamn thing to help any of these children besides running your mouth with misinformation.
They have no funding. They have no places for these children to go. And so what do? They turn the other cheek and leave them in the home because what are they going to do? They can't afford to keep sending all these children to other states. Do you know how expensive it is to send children to other states and other state facilities? It's very, very costly. I remember when I met with one of my county commissioners, we had one child we could not find a bed for. One child. One in our county. You know how much it was costing our county? Almost $1,000.
Bet you didn't open up your home. Bet you didn't go get certified. Bet you didn't have them coming into a home visit and get all that set up so you could be a transitional place to keep that child out of a group home or have a bed. Bet you didn't do any of that. Pretty simple fixes for those people that actually want to make a fucking impact and do something instead of just talking about it, running those fucking mouths, right? And yes, I'm very passionate when it comes to this because this is the fucking life I've lived. This is what I do. And to have ignorant fucking pieces of shit run in their mouth that have no clue what it's actually like to try and help children in the system or navigate the system is a lot. So you can shut the full fuck up, Betty.
Every single day to have this child in a facility out of state. We had one child in our county. $1,000 a day. I want that to sink in. You guys have been up since 4:30 on my Lord. Good for you. Though that you have energy plus, well, it's because I went to bed sitting early last night because I was exhausted. After yesterday, after eating dinner and everything like that, I was wiped out. I mean, wiped out. And I ended up coming up. Everybody was so.
And where's my CASA advocates? A huge shout out to all of my CASA advocates across the country. You want to talk about some fucking heroes? You want to talk about some people that dedicate their freaking time and volunteer their time to help children? If you don't know what CASA is, I really encourage you to do some research, because you want to talk about a group of people who dedicate their time to doing what's right. There you go.
You know, downstairs and everything like that. And I ended up coming up to bed, and I was just utterly exhausted. I even left the light on in the room. I left the light on, the door open. I crashed out in the bed, and I was out like a light. I didn't wake up until what time again? It's almost 6:30 my time.
About 4:30.
About 4:30. Yeah.
I was just thinking, they probably searching hotels for that kitchen.
I know. Stalkers. I started a green porch light movement on my channel. Oh, thank you. Get lockered. I love that. Thank you so much. I tell people if they see Sebastian, email Seth, not Katie. Thank you. Well, if you see him, call 911. I mean, we've got the intelligence team looking all over this country, looking at all possibilities from Mexico to Canada. I mean,
we got an intelligence team, such an intelligent team that they're fucking trying to make people believe that Oregon and Canada have a border. Such an intelligent team. If you want to see how ridiculous that all is, I encourage you. I think it's like 4 lives back. I detailed all that and the fuckery there and where that delusional bullshit came from. Again, somebody claims, for a quick synopsis here, for those of you that don't know, somebody randomly emailed Crime Time Buzz. A person by the name of CB emailed Crime Time Buzz with a FOIA request that looks really weird to me anyways, but as is, from a place called Sutherland, Oregon. They say that this report was supposedly filed in the month of June. In the month of June, they had an awakening and supposedly remembered seeing potentially two suspicious individuals involved in Sebastian's case, potentially. They made a police report detailing that they saw these individuals in March, made the report in June, that they saw him at this Ford's Pond in March. They go on to make a bunch more accusations and wild, outlandish shit. But somehow Crime Time Buzz was emailed this FOIA report by a person by the name of CB. Now, how CB got a hold of this random report from Oregon just magically out of the blue is beyond me. Because whoever made that report didn't concern themselves to send it to Tennessee. So Crime Time Buzz takes it upon herself to send it to Dog and Dog's team. And next thing you know, we have, potential connections in Oregon. And if you want to see how crazy and the delusional all of this stuff is, Crime Time Buzz had just pulled the most fuckery by using delusional ramblings of a person off Facebook that had been making delusional ramblings for quite some time, used it as a source of content, tried to link in all of these natural burial sites. And when she's going into this police report that she got this FOIA from CB, she says, and Albany, Oregon has a natural burial site too. They're trying to link all this shit together. Meanwhile, they're also trying to put in there that the Bowersox, they're not naming names, but they're heavily implying, their trip to Alaska, going through Canada. Meanwhile, again, I take you back to flight logs, airplanes, borders. All of that stuff is information law enforcement has and has had for a long time. But they're trying to claim that, in the month of March, when law enforcement was already looking for Sebastian, that somebody made a trip to Oregon. Yeah, such an intelligent agency.
Like I said, they are really truly a blessing. I know all these hate channels like to dog the work that they're doing, but everybody's like, well, there's nothing coming in. It's becoming a cold case. I don't know what case they're looking at. They're just so clueless in this. Like, leads are coming in on a daily basis. Leads have not slowed down.
How would you know that leads are coming in on a daily basis? You're not privy to any of that. Oh, wait, you mean bullshit that you are picking up off the internet that are being called into Dog's team? Because you don't know what is being called into Sumner County, the TBI, the place that leads should be going to. And we have channels out here that are encouraging people to call Dog's team, their hotlines, over the FBI, the TBI, and Sumner County. There is many channels. There's a lady by the name of Nicole who sits in chats actively encouraging people not to call the TBI because they're trying to tell people that Chris and Katie have connections to law enforcement locally. They've not been able to prove that, but they continue to say that. No proof of it, no proof of any relative, no proof of any corruption, but they're going to continue to tell you that. That's why Betty's got to be the martyr. You know, everybody's going after Betty.
There's been information literally on the daily coming in about the case. I don't know. There's literally.
Duchess, I need to check my phone. Are you on the road? Thank you for the support. I hope you got some sleep last night. I was really worried about you. The only place you should be calling is 1-800-TBI, find Sumner County or the FBI. That's the only places, in my opinion, you should be calling. If you actually are concerned about the missing child, you should be calling the legit investigative agencies. There has been no new updates, and all of them are running with this breaking information out of Oregon. I need you guys to go back and watch that. I'll go find my video link. I got to go find my phone. But you will be astounded by how they're linking this. If you haven't seen the delusional rants that they have turned into content and supposed leads and contacting Dog's team, and now Dog's team is contacting them back, and they went from 2 people to now potentially 4, and they have a digital footprint. You guys, these people are feeding you full of shit. Law enforcement has not stopped looking or investigating this case. Electro, thank you so much. They have not stopped. Sumner County, TBI, they are all involved. Parents have been cooperative and their stories have been vetted. They can't even pick a lane on whether Sebastian, well, Betty continues to tell her audience that he's no longer with us, and that's extremely dangerous too. Well, the FBI is offering up to a $50,000 reward for information. We have no idea. And one of the team is saying that he's potentially run away. One of the team says there's no evidence. Law enforcement stated, this is bullshit too, Tony the Tiger. Tony sat on court TV and said, law enforcement, Sumner County told them, he also said it on Josh at the Lab, that there was no evidence of Sebastian ever leaving the home. That has never been stated by law enforcement. Never been stated. So half the team is out here acting like he ran away and could be in all these other states and we don't know what happened to him. Half the team's over here saying that he's a package and bloop just dropping off bodies. That's Silver's comment. They can't pick a lane and stay in it. Period. Law enforcement never stated that there was no evidence of him leaving the home either, by the way. We went through and detailed all of that too. I pulled everything and not one of them. And so then they just move on from their story.
Every single day, I'm sending an email off to the team of information that could help bring him home. So I don't know where these hate channels are coming from. It doesn't sound like they're advocating correctly. If they're not, if they really think this is a cold case, this is far from a cold case from where I'm standing. And I'm just happy to be a part of the right side of this. And I'm proud that our channel is taking
part of the right side of this. Justin's been going into comments. Spanky has been going into comment section saying they're on the right side of history. This is a missing child that there's no indication that the parents are involved whatsoever. Everything is on the table, but no foul play. There's no evidence of foul play at this point in time. They've been fully cooperative. What is the right side of this? Harassing and stalking victims and their families, disregarding the victim, destroying the dignity of the victim, the 15-year-old missing teenager. You're on the right side of this by completely degrading him. Gotcha.
Stand. I know that we're still raising money on GoFundMe, guys. Please don't forget about that because we haven't even met the goal, and I've got the appellate attorney that needs to be paid.
Oh, look at that sly little maneuver right there. Nothing but emotional manipulation, and it goes back to her money.
I really think this is a cold case. This is far from a cold case from where I'm standing, and I'm just happy to be a part of the right side of this. And I'm proud that our channel is taking a stand. I know that we're still raising money on GoFundMe, guys. Please don't forget about that because we haven't even met the goal, and I've got the appellate attorney that needs to be paid. I've got a criminal defense attorney that needs to be paid. like I said, this is going to be with this channel for a long time to come. We've got a federal suit that we're going to be dragging more and more people in. And it's kind of funny.
By the way, there is no such thing as a federal lawsuit. So that's not how this works. You don't file a state filing and turn it into federal. That's not how it goes. You either file federal if you have federal grounds, or you file state. They filed state. They also have said that it's a class action. When a box on the filing is marked, it's not class action. There is no federal filing whatsoever. None. Zero, zip, zero. No. This is not how this works. And all these legal beagle eagle bullshit. You know, she is brighter than any attorney that's ever walked the face of the earth. Can't even figure out that this is nothing to do with federal. Nothing to do with federal at all.
Because everybody thinks the suit is about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. It is not. It is about the cyberbullying, the paid cyberbullying, the disinformation and misinformation campaigns that are being.
Pay close attention to what she's saying right here. I'm going to back that up so you can get the full concept of this. And I want you to remember what we went over in that filing. If I need to remind you, and I will be reminding you when we get back into the new filings that they put in there, I want you to hear what they're saying. So originally in the complaint, it is alleged that these defendants somehow interfered and affected the search for a missing child by the name of Sebastian Rogers. That was the standing in the complaint, that they are impacting the search and the ability for the team to search for the missing child. They're interfering with this search for a missing child. I want you to hear what she's about to say. And I want you to understand that both things can be true. This is Seth's team that he is in contract with. Nick, who is nothing but a YouTuber who has done, as Mr. E calls Nick, if you have a scandal and you need a fixer, Nick is the guy you call. You can go back and see Mr. E's say those things. I've already detailed that. So Nick comes in with this team. They get Seth under contract, a vulnerable father going through a horrible time. They get him under contract. And instead of supporting a father looking for the missing child, they grab all these other bullshit things and throw it into a filing and make a complaint, claiming that all of this other stuff is affecting the search. No, all these other people have personal vendettas and not any leg to stand on. So they try to mix it all together, confuse and muddy the water, and try to claim that there's some RICO thing. Not even remotely the case. You go look at the exhibits. We've detailed that. You have Uncle Taco and Aunt Burrito making filings, or declarations, I should say, to support these filings. Paragraph 2 on Aunt Burritos says that she was home alone when these supposed, whoever these people in a black SUV appeared at their house. Paragraph 2 in her declaration, she states that she was home alone. Paragraph 4, she states that her adult child's, she doesn't say adult, but her child's was there and went to the door also. So in 2 different paragraphs in one declaration, there's blatant inconsistencies. In my opinion, blatant lies. And then you go on in Aunt Burritos and her claim that she was being doxxed and intimidated by all these people, even mentioning Duchess. Ma'am, you were asking and posting your full power bill on Facebook months before in May. You weren't doxxed by any of these people. You put your address out there in Craigslist groups in Oklahoma. Guess what? That proof exists too. So you take all of these people's declarations to support this filing that supposedly is about a missing child, and you piece it all apart and you realize what's at the bottom here is a bunch of bullshit. Straight up bullshit.
That we're going to be dragging more and more people in. And it's kind of funny because everybody thinks the suit is about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. It is not. It is about the cyber.
Everybody thinks the suit is about Sebastian Rogers. It's not. Then why is the complaint that these behaviors and activities interfered with the investigation into the disappearance of a minor missing child? Then why is that the claim? Why is that the complaint? Y'all need to get on a fucking phone call and get your story straight here, because you're fucking yourself up. The other one's over here fucking herself up. You guys can't keep your story straight to save your lives. And what idiots to sign on to something and write declarations when you have no idea what you're even doing. The right hand doesn't know. They picked the right ones. They picked the right useful idiots. I tell you what, Nick saw those guys and he got your numbers.
Bullying, the the paid cyberbullying, the disinformation and misinformation campaigns that are being sponsored for these criminal cases, or for these missing person cases, rather. And I heard some people saying, I'm not a part of this. And I'm thinking, oh, yes, you are. You're one of the 50. And I love hearing that because I just secretly smile behind the scenes that we ain't there yet, but we getting there. And I think you guys probably have a good
Yeah.
clue exactly which channels are going to be involved at the
What?
end of the day in this lawsuit. And because it's about financing bullying. It's about RICO. It's about coordinating with people to bully people and ruin their lives for covering a case. And we know multiple channels that are doing that. So I find it funny because they just keep talking and we just keep collecting information. It's a beautiful thing. I think
You know who keeps talking and you know who it's actually hurting? You. You keep talking. You keep running your mouth. You ain't hurting anybody but the dignity of a missing child. And this is why I go back to multiple things can be true at once. Yep. They're absolutely using Seth and his grief and his willingness to try to seek revenge, in my opinion, against his ex. They are absolutely using all of that to their selfish advantage. And I'm going to show you one other spot that somebody else was bragging about doing this shit and saying that they have no control. They have no say about any of this shit. The poor me victimhood status is extreme with this group. And they need to, whoever's doing their little team calls and coordinating this, you need to do a better job because they're all fucking you guys up.
Nick and the attorneys that are heading this project are very good at what they do, and they know exactly what they need.
They're very good at what they do, huh? They're very good. That's okay. All right. We'll wait to be seen.
In order to get this thing done, they're willing to challenge the status quo. Oh, thank you, Amanda. God bless you. A little lemon head. I love it. I love it. Oh, sweet dreams. It's nice to see you. Ellie is the problem with this case. We need a petition for the FBI. I think we have a petition out there that's already been signed by thousands of people. I need to get. Didn't we do it?
Yes, that's already been done. The FBI has been involved since the jump. The petition was null and void and unnecessary. It was just more attention seeking bullshit. Okay, carry on.
Does it cite that petition?
I don't remember the petition. Does he?
I think so.
I haven't so busy,
From
so maybe.
months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually in the exhibits too that you petitioned the FBI. Did you forget about that? Do you forget what's in your exhibits? It's actually in the exhibits of this complaint that you're claiming is federal, which just has nothing to do with federal anything. It is a state filing against two people. They're trying to add more people into it. That's all. There's no federal basis here at all. It's not a class action. They can't even get their story straight. It's so unreal.
Maybe Sonya would probably know.
Sonia, do you know? I think MS. I think
I just got so busy.
for whatever reason, I think there is a petition.
Yeah, sorry. Those TikTokers, Cash, you know how I feel about them. I'd stay the fucking farthest away from those bitches as possible. Run for the fucking hills because that's some Looney Tunes bullshit. No. I don't like those people and I'm sorry, but when you talk about interfering with an investigation, again, having an email address that says tipsforsebastian@yahoo.com, in my opinion, does kind of fall in the category of interference. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a lowly asshole with a YouTube channel that don't like nobody. Barbecue, I'm speaking directly to you.
To demand that the FBI take over.
Oh yeah.
There is,
It
isn't
was
there?
for that, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think there is for some reason. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that they do have.
First things I would challenge is personal jurisdiction, bill of particulars, separated out which one did which things that are alleged in the complaint. And well, I won't even go there.
They do have that. And if anybody's watching this right now or on the replay crew, if you have any information, you can always, and you want to be confidential, you can always reach out to 833 Tell Dog. If you have direct information about this case, about any person that's associated with this case, physically associated with this case, mom, dad, stepfather, family members, anybody that's associated, if you have direct firsthand knowledge of something, I'm going to ask you to call 911 or no, I guess that's not an emergency.
Sorry for the volume changes. I can't whisper like she's doing in this weird, creepy ass fucking like manipulative voice. So I'm going to talk my shit and I'm going to talk my shit fucking loudly. You might have to volume adjust yourself. I'm sorry. I said that in the beginning if you're just coming in. But fuck this bitch. Fuck her all the way. And I cuss. And I don't have a care about your feelings if it hurts feelings of me cussing because fuck this bitch. Okay? Period. Point blank. End of story. Have a wonderful Saturday if you can't handle that shit. But the volume control thing for anybody that needs to know, she's doing this weird fucking creepy whisper shit. And I'm not going to lower myself to whispering to you guys because it's fucking emotionally manipulating. And she's lying to you as she's doing it to try and convince you that she's this sweet little badass biker bitch. She just went and got a missing child's name tattooed on her. Fucking gross bitch.
Definitely reach out to the FBI or call the non-emergency line at your local law enforcement and file a report and have them reach out to who they need to reach out to, because this is critical information. This child is out there somewhere, and there are people that know something, and we need those people to step forward. I hear a lot of people talking about a stranger danger theory. These are idiots. Okay. I'm sorry if even if my audience has the possibility of that. That is literally the lowest.
And there's no closed captioning available either. Otherwise, I usually turn that on for you guys. I'm sorry for anybody with hearing impairment or anything like that. It does suck. And I am loud as hell. I'm a fucking loud, obnoxious asshole. There we go. If you're new here, welcome in. Enjoy the ride.
A statistical possibility, the absolute lowest statistical possibility for this case. It literally has 0.000000000.1 or 0.000, like what is it, a millionth of a percent, a millionth of a percent for being a possibility. That's next to nothing. The reason why is because this child was sheltered. Did this child have access to the internet? This child had access to the internet in such a limited capacity that it makes it next to impossible for him to be preyed upon on the internet. And I know people want to be fantastic and they want to.
Wrong. I need to correct this. Sorry.
Access to.
I might have to go pull. I should have just went and pulled clips for this. This is incorrect because Seth's own words stated that he had access to the internet when he was with Seth. We know that he had limited access potentially with Chris and Katie, but we still don't know the capacity. Could he have tapped into an open Wi-Fi? We have no idea. Truly, that's why investigative agencies are going through all of the digital evidence, like law enforcement, Sumner County, the TBI, the FBI, the Secret Service, that's why they're in charge of that. But Seth himself stated that Sebastian had access. Seth himself stated that Sebastian was home alone while he was at work. He was outside mingling with neighbors, waiting for Seth to get home. Seth's own words again. So we don't know the full capacity or the capability of his internet access. We really don't. And that's up for law enforcement to figure
out. The internet. This child had access to the internet in such a limited capacity that it makes it next to impossible for him to be preyed upon on the internet. And I know people want to be fantastic and they want to say, oh, well, but he was on the internet. Yeah. Being on the internet once or twice a month is not something that is going to get you coaxed out of a home. Okay. Especially when those are monitored by your mommy and your daddy.
Okay? And that is dangerous rhetoric to be pushing when grooming happens. When grooming happens in so often in, oh my God, the ignorance that she is spewing. Once or twice a month in a grooming pattern. Oh my God, I just can't with this shit. If you, Betty, you are definitely no child advocate and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. The chances of this, and not only that, law enforcement had one of the quickest things that law enforcement gets back is the internet activity. Okay. One of the quickest things that they get back. Remember, his cell phone was there. All of his electronics were there. All of their electronics were there. It has been almost damn near 9 months since this child has disappeared. And if that was even remotely a possibility.
I'm going to remind you of a case here out of Arizona. Alicia Navarro. Alicia Navarro had left a note and went missing. She was missing for 4 years. She showed up in a police department in Havre, Montana. 4 years later, all of the investigative agencies were involved. They knew that she had access on the internet. They figured that she had some sort of connection to somebody. Do you think they were able to find that? 4 years she was missing. She walked out of her home, met with somebody. I still don't know the full everything that went down, but she was found 4 years later. She walked into a police department in Havre, Montana. There was a digital footprint. Do you think that they were able to track every place of that? No, because they would have found her way before 4 years. Grooming happens, and this ignorance that is being spread right here is dangerous. Predators prey, and they have very, very, very targeted, selective ways of doing it. To continue to spread this is complete dangerous rhetoric. It happens. Shit fucking happens right under our noses. We can do everything. You can have trackers. You can do all of the things to protect your children, and things still go wrong. If somebody wants access, they will find a way.
It would have been broadcasted a lot sooner. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Eric Craddock has basically dismissed that, and I think he dismissed that publicly. And I've got to find that statement that was made. He made it boots on the ground. He was there. It was still an active search, and there were a few interviews that he gave, not press conferences. This was on the ground interviews while media was there, and they just wanted to question him about a couple things. This is such a low probability in this case that you're not going to. It's. I mean, is it? We look at possibility versus probability. Is it possible? We believe anything and everything is possible. Okay. Truth is stranger than fiction. But what is the probability of it? The probability of a stranger danger in this specific case. We're not talking about the 18 million cases that are going on other than Sebastian's. We're talking about the statistics that only affect Sebastian's case, because that's the case we're working on. And in Sebastian's case, the probability of stranger danger is so, so low.
And you called this a while ago about her not being able to understand the difference here. They are two different separate situations. And again, she continues to try and push this because her theory, in order to give her theory, her speculation, her bullshit narratives that she's been running with, that Chris and Katie did something. Ultimately, they're the cause of this. They had to have done something. She has to completely diminish, and she's picking and choosing what fits her narratives. This is not how all this goes, factually speaking. I really encourage you to go look into the statistics that she is trying to fit into her little narrative.
Because let's face it, we saw lights coming from the home, from the direction of the home. Okay? Not anything else. We saw a vehicle there in the early morning hours of February 26th.
Again, we have no indication that there's a vehicle. We don't know that that's flashlights. That's a highly edited section of a video, a bigger video. It's one little corner section of the video. There is no indication that there's a vehicle that pulls up. There's no indication that those are actually flashlights. That is a highly edited video that law enforcement basically says that it wasn't of evidentiary value. Could it be later on? Possibly. But they're not releasing that. But law enforcement has never stated that that's a vehicle pulling up or that it's flashlights going to a vehicle. That is bullshit that has been ran with on the internet and created an entire story that many channels have ran with.
And we saw light sources go from the direction of their home to.
And you can believe what you see in that video, but factually speaking, if we're talking about the facts coming from law enforcement, we don't know anything about that video and what is factually happening in the video.
This vehicle in the early morning hours of February 26th. So, and we also, this is the critical part. We didn't see the people or the light sources go to the vehicle, load up in the vehicle, and leave. We actually saw one of those light sources scurry back toward the home.
I don't know why you guys are talking about Tiffany Marie in my comment section, but after Tiffany Marie went after one of my friends by the name of Duchess that she doxed the fuck out of and did a bunch of shit to her, Tiffany Marie can get fucked. Tiffany Marie is nothing but a problem fucking lying bitch. I'm still waiting on her proof of the accusations that she made leveraging against we and others. As far as Tiffany Marie, I don't know why she's being mentioned in my comment section, but fuck that bitch all the way. Straight up fuck that bitch. She tried to use a picture of me and shame an entire special needs community, implying that I was special needs. Tiffany Marie is a dirty, vile piece of shit who is no different than Betty or any of the other clowns. Anything else you want me to say on that bitch? She probably won't be over here because she's blocked on her first alt, her second alt, and her third. Maybe she can fire up her fourth. Fuck that bitch.
That's the key. That one. And I would believe that it was a possibility.
Oh, and if you wanted proof behind anything I've said, I've reposted some of her little bullshit that she's done. She doxed and went after Duchess and Duchess's family. She said all the shit she said about we on Queen Bee's panel. You can go see all the allegations that she throws out there with no proof. And she is a part of all this bullshit too, over there encouraging Brittany J to do all this shit and report channels and all this shit. So yeah, there's proof of everything I'm saying with that scummy ass bitch too.
That this was a stranger danger. If the light sources went from the home to the car and the car left. But that wasn't what happened. You had light sources coming from behind the home to the vehicle.
Duchess, are you still in here? Somebody in the comment section wants to know what Tiffany did to you. She doxed the fuck out of her and her family because she says that Duchess wasn't transparent over the bullet boards, which Duchess was extremely transparent, was the only one that was transparent about it. Again, not that hard, but Tiffany Marie decided to have a wild hair up her ass because ultimately she wants more information. She thinks she's entitled to messages between Duchess and somebody else from back in the Summer Wells days. So she decided to, crawl out of her coffin one day and have an issue with Duchess when it's nothing to do with anything Duchess did with the blip boards. It's because Duchess told her to get fucked and she wasn't getting messages that Tiffany thought she was entitled to. That's the purpose of the story, but you can go watch it. It's still on her fucking page.
Somebody get into this vehicle and somebody scurry back to the home. That's the key. That's the key. That's the key. I would absolutely plausibly think stranger danger if that light didn't scurry back toward the home.
By the way, if you're new here, I'm an equal opportunity hater. I don't like disgusting, vile bitches who do this shit to families. And Tiffany Marie has she's another one that does sick shit to families and people that she tries to strong arm or push around on the internet when she crawls out of her coffin. I don't fuck with people like that. I pretty much don't like anybody and stick to myself. So there's that. If you want me to tell you who I don't like or why I don't like them, fire in the hole. It's all sick. And all of it is being done. Every one of these people has built a platform off of a missing child and that they care so much over these missing children. They're going to do something for these missing children. Meanwhile, they get so fucking wrapped up in their fucking side shit and go after everybody else because they're the top one that cares the most for these missing child and do the scummiest shit. Completely degrading the dignity of these children and their stories.
So the probability of him being stranger danger or abducted are so low in this case. In my opinion, stepdad, sister knows something. Oh, the whole family knows something. When we were starting this case,
oh yeah, you guys are saying a whole lot of shit in the comment section. See, I wasn't around for all that shit, so there's a whole lot more to the TM stories and the OG drama. Some of those girls are in here right now. They can tell you way more than I can about her vile behavior and the shit that she's done for years on this app. She's just another clown. Anyway, sorry, had to go off on that because I saw somebody mention her in my comments. No, that bitch ain't welcome anywhere around me or anything else. She's a filthy, filthy, filthy.
Back at the beginning of March, we did searches just about on every family member, just doing to see who's in this boy's life. And just about every person other than the mom and stepdad have a criminal record. Some are violent, including one of the aunts. There were some violence in the history, in their history. So you've got chemicals in one of the family members' arrest history. You've got physical violence in another family's arrest history. So it does kind of paint a picture of this family, and it's hard not to think that.
I got you, Chico. I'll go back a minute.
My opinion, stepdad, sister knows something.
She's reading a comment under her breath right there. I'll go back a little bit further so you guys can hear that 2 minutes. It's hard to hear what she's saying, but I'll mute and see if you guys can get a better audio. Turn your volume up here.
If the light sources went from the home to the car and the car left, but that wasn't what happened. You had light sources coming from behind the home to the vehicle, somebody get into this vehicle, and somebody scurry back to the home. That's the key. That's the key. That's the key. I would absolutely, plausibly think stranger danger if that light didn't scurry back toward the home. So the probability of him being stranger danger or abducted are so low in this case. My opinion, stepdad, sister knows something. Oh, the whole family knows something. When we were starting this case back at the beginning of March, we did searches just about on every family member, just doing to see who's in this boy's life. And just about every person other than the mom and stepdad have a criminal record. Some are violent, including one of the aunts. There were some violence in the history, in their history.
Wait, what? Where did this come out of? They made blatant accusations that weren't founded. She's claiming that all of them have a record and violent tendencies. Listen to that again. I'm going to mute again.
To see who's in this boy's life. And just about every person other than the mom and stepdad have a criminal record. Some are violent.
Other than the mom and stepdad have a record.
Including one of the aunts. There were some violence in the history, in their history. So you've got chemicals in one of the family members' arrest history. You've got physical violence in another family.
Chemicals in one of the what the fuck is this shit? Betty is telling you that as soon as she got involved in this case, they started digging into the backgrounds of anybody that they thought was associated with this family and going through their records. Ma'am, you have quite the extensive record yourself that involves chemicals and violence, correct? Am I correct on that? Guess what, Betty? I don't have any of that. And I don't care if anybody does. That's not the basis of this. But this is some bullshit fuckery. And guess what? Law enforcement is investigating what happened to Sebastian, not these clowns.
Family's arrest history. So it does kind of paint a picture of this family, and it's hard not to think that people know and are good about keeping. I believe more people know about what could have possibly happened.
Do me a favor right quick. I just want to get a gauge because there's so many of you in here this morning, which I appreciate. But how many of you remember the Sweetie Pilo accusations? Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Sweetie Pilo accusations against Chris Proudfoot in April 10th to be exact. How many of you know about those allegations and accusations that were levied against Chris Proudfoot in April? Put a 1 in the chat if you know about them. Put a 2 if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I really want to gauge this audience and see how much you guys are aware of. Any of the OG or Islanders will know because we've gone through that shit. That was one of my opening things. There's still quite a few of you that don't have a clue. Okay, so in April, and this can all be documented. You can go back to my April 11th video if you want to see me detail it. So people like Sweetie Pilo. Sweetie Pilo got connected to Seth Rogers because of her and T-Rev's connection. There was a connection there, and Donna Serafina. So Reverend Donna Serafina and Sweetie Pilo came out swinging on this. According to Sweetie Pilo, in the beginning of April, she had unfounded information, a source that she was not willing to vet. And she came out with that source and made allegations that Chris Proudfoot had sexually assaulted 2 different people. She made bold accusations off of a no-name source in April against Chris Proudfoot. You want to know where she finally tells the source? The vault. Guess who her source was? She had been in communication with Seth the entire time. Guess what? It's unfounded. Any sexual assault allegations. There's 0 sexual assault allegations. 0. But Seth was in direct communication with Sweetie Pilo and Donna Serafina. Donna Serafina was one of the psychics giving information for their searches. She came out swinging and made those hefty allegations against Chris Proudfoot in April. They were digging on all the family. You can clock everything I'm fucking saying. Every single bit of it. I've detailed all of it. Every bit of it. These allegations that they tried to paint against this family from the jump. This man served our military for 16 years. 16 years he served our military. And she is acknowledging that he has no record at all. No past of violence, she just said, besides the mother and the stepfather. They used the ex, who has been in a nasty, dirty custody battle for 7 years over their child, as a source. Guess what that source never did? She never accused him of harming her. The state of New Mexico gave Chris Proudfoot custody and visitation for the summer, his visit, while Sebastian was missing. 2 different states, Tennessee and New Mexico, we're talking about here. New Mexico courts still allowed Chris Proudfoot custody and visitation of his child this summer. But they are trying to paint this narrative against this family on unfounded allegations and unnamed sources. They have been all along. And all of these grimy bastards, T-Rev, Sweetie Pilo, Donna Serafina, Pascal. Yep, he's lumped in there too. Every single one of them came out spewing the most ridiculous speculation, theories, and BS. And slowly, one by one, they got let go if they weren't willing to push certain narratives, and the team was formed. And I'm in control. I'm the boss. Those words can be heard quoted on Betty's interview on May 30th. He is in complete control, Seth is, of the team. He is the boss. Half the things that many of you think are factual in this case lead back to a source of an unnamed, unvetted, not corroborated story. And I take you back to law enforcement statements. The parents' stories have been vetted and the parents have been cooperative. Yes, she did, Irish. She got served yesterday. I don't know if she's shown her service or anything, Irish badass. You'd have to ask her. She's in the comment section, I think.
But we'll keep going. This case is going to forever be with me because of what the mom and stepdad did to me for trying to help advocate for this boy. Yes, I have my opinions, and my opinions will not change. They actually are only more bolstered by the actions of them and what they.
And Nina, I'm going to take you back for a minute on that. None of us were around during that. We don't know. We don't know what happened. Could there have been a very contentious situation? Absolutely. Divorces can get ugly. Custody battles can absolutely get ugly. But half of the allegations that people have used supposedly happened in a police parking lot. The big allegations in that part of Nina's interview, they continue to try and push out here as a statement of fact and that to lead you to believe certain things. That happened in a police parking lot. Then it goes on to state, they go into state that the police officers basically, in essence, tortured her by putting her in a room in the dark. Again, rational thought process here, people. That would have had cameras. There would be cameras to prove this. She would have had a lawsuit against the state of Tennessee or the police department that was doing this. They said that she was almost ran over in said parking lot. That would have been captured. She would have had a lawsuit against that department if any of that would have happened or transpired. The rational thought process, because what they're doing is emotionally manipulating you over salacious details and facts that do not exist. Nina and Chris and that custody battle ultimately might have nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance. But they have to continue to put that in here and emotionally manipulate you to believe, to make you believe their stories that they are telling you. When you break this back to the facts, there has been no new information, no new details in this case since he went missing. There is nothing new. Sebastian is still missing and nothing has changed. We have no indication that they're not cooperating with law enforcement, and quite the opposite, because their silence says a lot. They did that intentionally because he had an upcoming court hearing. So Terry Lynn got involved with recording phone calls of Chris Proudfoot for Nina to use against Chris Proudfoot in our upcoming court battle. They recorded other calls of Chris Proudfoot and released those on the day of one of his custody hearings. That was intentional. Josh the Lab admits that he had sat on that to release at that date and time, the date that Chris had a custody battle. They also tried to, the person, Trevor Lee, who hosted Nina for her interview, they tried to get him as a witness for Nina in her custody battle in New Mexico. I really encourage you people who have been believing this shit or hearing the stories and buying into it and thinking that you know something or that they're responsible, to really pull it back to the facts. Ask the questions, because a lot of you don't understand that there's no basis to the claims that they're making. And 99% of this, I've detailed with clips, their own words, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you have questions, ask. Please ask the questions, because what some of you are helping do to this family by encouraging this bullshit to continue is disgusting. It emboldens people like Betty and the team to continue this harm and destruction to this family.
They were doing, because we know for a fact that they've lied. They've lied under oath. They've lied before court. And if they're willing to lie and do for those things, what else are they lying about? They clearly have no problem.
Tammy, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the island. By the way, we have an island, and for those of you that are trying to light the island on fire with your bullshit lately, this island has been on fire. They burned that a long time ago, or they thought they burned it a long time ago. Bitches, it's called Fire Island for a reason. We ain't scared. Welcome to the cabana. There's refreshment tents all around.
Online to
And Nana L's got a tent over there somewhere still too.
authority. They have no problem misrepresenting the truth, and they have no problem doing unscrupulous and unlawful things. That is absolutely been seen publicly by what they have done to me. So since we all know that, if you can lie to law enforcement and to a judge, you can lie to law enforcement and to a judge. You can.
Speaking of lying to law enforcement and a judge, Betty, isn't that something that you did? You sat on the stand and lied to a judge? Isn't that something that just happened? There's no indication that nobody has ever shown proof. There's been no proof shown that Chris and Katie got on the stand and lied to a judge. And quite the opposite. They had to provide evidence to even get these ex parte orders granted to begin with. Betty didn't show up for court. Betty avoided service. When she had the opportunity to present her evidence that she claimed she had a digital footprint of everywhere that was going to prove she wasn't stalking and harassing, you can go back to her bragging about her Google Maps and how it tracked her. She didn't take the opportunity to provide any evidence to the court to prove that she wasn't stalking and harassing this family. She had the opportunity, and her attorney did not present that, and she was still slapped with 1 year restraining orders against all four of them based on evidence. But now, because they can't handle that, they have to tell you that the judge is corrupt, the court's corrupt. All of it was against poor Betty.
Cannot be trusted anymore. You cannot be trusted to tell the truth anymore. Everything you say has to be taken into question now. And that's what I truly believe. My cousin told me things when I was little.
My Michelle, no, I have not been threatened. Nuh-uh. Nick came in here one time, but it wasn't threatening. He did some weird, like, skunk in a boxing glove, and I told him that skunks lives matter and why he's got so much aggression for skunks. But no, I haven't been threatened. Nope. Tracy, I'm really glad that you're here. Great one. Thank you for being a member. I don't know if I said that already or not. hit the like. I'm glad you said your opinion. We don't know that for a fact, but I can see where you could come up with an opinion like that. I appreciate you saying that's your opinion, though. Yeah, peppermint tea. They can't look at the facts, though. They will not do that. If you break it back and take back the team's words, you will see how they have emotionally manipulated and used Seth's vulnerability to their advantage, too. They saw an in of a man who obviously went through a contentious divorce. There is a lot of pain and suffering in there. Whether you like him or not, we can understand that shit happens. There's generational cycles of abuse that repeat themselves too. And when you have a person that is vulnerable and enough of these elements, these leeches leech onto him and completely have manipulated him, encouraged all of the continued abuse of Katie, and they've helped to continue to abuse Katie. And they're abusing him at the same time. Whether you like him or not, you have to be able to pull it back and realize that Seth is being exploited. He is also exploiting his child. Those can coexist. We live in a world where multiple things, and when you're playing emotional manipulation games to this degree, you have to be able to pull it back and realize all of these things can coexist. That's how we get to these spots. It's not as simple as he's just doing all of this on his own. No, he's got a whole team of people with self-serving needs. Tony came into this originally claiming that he was his spiritual advisor. They prayed together. He was like a brother to him. Now he's a national spokesperson with no nothing behind it. Isn't the first case that they've done this to. These are patterns of behavior of the people who have leached onto Seth and his trauma. Yes, Seth has done and said a whole lot of shit. Absolutely. But all of it can be true at once.
They are your first friends if you don't have siblings. Yeah. You have a kangaroo on your head, Betty. I am the kangaroo baby. Off topic, can we have some baby Delilah?
One thing that I always go back to is they tried to, at one point in time, some of the team members, and again, this is me repeating some of the bullshit that came out here. I do not believe this, nor do I believe that it was foundational, but they tried at one point in time to say that Seth might be on the spectrum of some sort, right? Well, if that's the case, if he is actually if he's disabled or has any type of cognitive impairment or on the spectrum or whatever, they've gone with many different things about Seth, right? The team, I'm talking about specifically in offshoots, legs of those team. Would that be exploiting a vulnerable person? Would getting a contract signed by an agency potentially, if that was to be true, do you think that's probably why they stopped saying that stuff about Seth? Because they want you to believe that he's in control, right? He's running the show, because then they can wipe their hands clean of it. If you think about what they've been saying all along, they take bits and pieces. They try to emotionally manipulate you to believe that he is not capable. He's emotionally broken. He's all of these things. Meanwhile, they're exploiting every single piece of that. That's why their stories change. I'm not an armchair detective. Don't know his conditions. I have no idea. All of that stuff down the road. But these people have grabbed onto anything. They know he's broken. They know that. They say that. And they continue on with the fucking games that they play.
And baby pro FaceTime, Sebastian's Army. Yes, we will. I hear Delilah's not doing good on this trip. She's having some major anxiety. I will be taking her with me. Well, the way things.
And please don't take that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that anybody on the spectrum is vulnerable. I'm not saying that. Please understand that. I'm trying to make a point about they know this man is vulnerable. They've tried to use things like that to make their audience believe and emotionally pull you in to believe that he is so vulnerable and broken. That is what they have been telling people. That is not my words at all. I do not believe any of that. I don't know his diagnosis. I'm not privy to his health, anything. I have no understanding of that. But they have used bits and pieces over the last few months, 7 months, to try and pull you in and try to make you emotionally feel some sort of way about Seth. Those are those people's words. That is what the team has been doing. He's so vulnerable. He's so broken. He could have this impairment or that impairment, whatever fits their story that they're trying to sell you at the time. Meanwhile, then they go on to align themselves with a court filing to claim that they are trying to help and protect Seth, right? The search for Sebastian. That's what this filing was supposedly about, because these people supposedly interfered with the search for Sebastian. These are the stories that they continue to manipulate people. You can have your own opinions and stuff. This is just what they've been doing. This is factually what they've been doing. They pull you in with this story. They emotionally exploit this. They do that. They go here. They go there. They tell you that he's vulnerable. And then they tell you that they're doing this. They tell you that it's a complaint because of the search for Sebastian and people interfering with that. And then she tells you today that it's not about Sebastian at all. Follow their words, the patterns of behavior. It's emotional manipulation. Period. Point blank, end of story. They grab onto pieces and they try to fit them in to any type of story to pull the audience in and increase their hate mob against the family of a missing child. And then they disregard the next part for whatever fits. It's fucking sick. Twisted Isabel, thank you for becoming a member.
I'll just tell you guys kind of my schedule. So after the 20th, I'm going to be, obviously so busy up until the 20th. And then we have, Christmas and stuff like that. So I probably won't start traveling again.
May, those were his words on TikTok. He said in the beginning that, they prayed together and he was like a spiritual advisor to him and they would pray together and he was there as a support system. That's what Tony first started off as. And then Seth asked him, he needed help doing this, that, and the other thing. And as their relationship grew, they had been in contact in April. Yep.
Until January of 2025. And when I start traveling January 2025, I will be bringing Delilah with me. I'm not going to be leaving her at home. She's going to be well over 6 months. By that time, she should be 8 to 9 months old. She's got all of her vaccines now. She's going to be going in for surgery on December 2nd. I'm getting her spayed, and she's having some teeth problems. So her baby teeth aren't falling out like they should be falling out. And it's causing her a lot of discomfort. It's making her teeth crooked. And if they stay in there, they could cause root problems to her adult teeth. So they've got to come out. And so I've got that scheduled for the 2nd. So, she's going to have some recovery time on that, probably about 2 weeks. So that's going to get you right about Christmas. And I'm not leaving her unless I'm required to for court or whatnot. But I'm not leaving her when she's freshly has surgery. So it doesn't look like once the 20th is over and done with, depending on what the outcome of that is, that's going to be the trip for me for the rest of the year. I'm not coming back to Tennessee. I'm not traveling anywhere unless there's no.
Hold on. I want to hear that again, because the other day she was telling us that she was going to have a family member come with her to Tennessee for the court hearing. I want to hear this twist again. It's so hard to hear her. I hate this little whisper voice, but she's trying to act all, calm and amazing and all the things today. She's trying to give this non-bitch energy. Nature Rocks, thank you so much for being here for 6 months. And that, Michelle, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Start traveling again until January of 2025. And when I start traveling January 2025, I will be bringing Delilah with me. I'm not going to be leaving her at home. She's going to be well over 6 months. By that time, she should be 8 to 9 months old. She's got all of her vaccines now. She's going to be going in for surgery on December 2nd.
The dog's going into surgery on December 2nd. I thought she said the other day. Didn't you guys back that up and hear that she said she'd been fixed? I swear we went through this the other day. And now
I'm getting her spayed, and she's having some teeth problems. So her baby teeth aren't falling out like they should.
Oh, maybe it's her teeth that she's having surgery on. I don't know. I'm so confused on this. Betty, pick a lane.
Falling out, and it's causing her a lot of discomfort. It's making her teeth crooked. And if they stay in there, they could cause root problems to her adult teeth. So they've got to come out. And so I've got that scheduled for the 2nd. So, she's going to have some recovery time on that, probably about 2 weeks. So that's going to get you right about Christmas. And I'm not leaving her unless I'm required to for court or whatnot. But I'm not leaving her when she's freshly has surgery. So it doesn't look like once the 20th is over and done with, depending on what the outcome of that is, that's going to be the trip for me for the rest of the year. I'm not coming back to Tennessee. I'm not traveling anywhere unless there's an emergency or just a breaking case that needs our attention. That would be literally the only way to get me out of the house.
I thought you were going to serve Tennessee. I thought you had this whole campaign that you were going to become a resident of Tennessee, and now you're not traveling anywhere come 2025. Yeah, I'm so confused by this shit. Yeah, this is so weird. I don't know what she's having surgery for. I have no idea, but I swear to God, sometimes you just listen to this shit and you're like, what? Whoever said in the comment section, she's whispering because people are sleeping. The person sitting right next to her is wide awake and has been commentating. It's a female. It's not Seth, for anybody that was alluding to that. It's not Seth next to her. It's somebody else in the comment, or just to clear that up. And yeah, she claims that people are sleeping and that's why she's got to be in this low tone. There's a whole lot more to that. Oh, one shot. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the support. But yeah, I think it was you that said that one shot. I do not, please don't take my words as like, I believe that in any way, shape, or form. I was just giving a once over of kind of how they've emotionally manipulated, and they keep throwing things out there to emotionally manipulate their audience with terms that they use about, he's so vulnerable and he's this, like, these are their own words. And then you see that these people are using this quote unquote vulnerable person, right? It's a lot to unpack when you go back and hear what they've been classifying him as. And then, yeah, it's a lot. Anyways.
So I want to be with her and I want to make sure that she's cared for properly when she has surgery. So that's kind of where we're at. But she's going to be going in on December 2nd for surgery. And I was going to go through, because I always try to support my local humane society, and I was trying to do that, but it would have been a lot cheaper. I think it would have been a couple $100 to go through them, even for the teeth and everything.
Irish Eyes, yes. In fact, it sounds like Chasing Truth did a video on that. The symbol changed a while ago, and they're not up to date. But again, that's not shocking because Betty doesn't know shit about anything with the spectrum or autism in general. If you listen to any of her ramblings about autism and how she diminishes people on the spectrum, she is so ill-informed. It's unreal. So not shocking that they are way behind. They don't research shit, let's be honest.
But I only wanted her to go under anesthesia once because she's such a tender-hearted dog. So, and she's still a little bit traumatized by the dogs that attacked her. So I'm just really worried about she's a dog, I get it, but I still worry about her trauma. I don't want to traumatize her. I don't want her to look at the vet like a.
No, her tattoo's not misspelled. It's not misspelled. It's just really bad lettering. The S looks like an R. That's why people think it's misspelled. It's just really bad writing. It's just a shit tattoo. Nothing against their artist. No personal thing. I have a shit tattoo on my back. I have a cowboy boot that looks like a dagger. I have a shit tattoo too. It's just what it is. I have an ambergram on my hip that says sinner when you look at it one way and saint when you look at it the other way, and people think it's misspelled too. No, it's just shit tattoos happen. Okay. For those of us that have them, you probably had a few. Some people's line work is real terrible, especially with writing. And that's what she's got. And over time, that's even going to get worse. And I'm here for it. I love that for her. I don't love it for the disrespect and taking the dignity of a missing child, but I love it for her.
Like a monster. So, well, Amanda, it's getting closer and closer every day. It's getting closer and closer every day. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day.
There's a lot of
Oh, did I miss something?
The only tattoo I'll be getting in regards to YouTube is no regrets. And I sure as fuck will be getting that. No regrets. Spelled incorrectly on purpose. No regrets. That's my motto.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Thank you.
So
Oh, sorry. Oh
oh
my goodness. So Melanie, thank you. Yada, have another cup of coffee. And we are here for Sebastian regardless. Amanda Oliver. They're not coming. They didn't come in.
Oh,
Yeah, after they miss him, I'm on that. Okay.
So it's going past now.
Oh, okay. Well, if you guys,
Shoot.
thank you all for all your love and support. I did want to say that, but I'm sorry I haven't been live. It's been it's been very busy. You guys should know that we when we're here working, and we had an opportunity to do something special in Sebastian's honor yesterday, and we took that opportunity to do something really special for him. So there we go. Pebbles has the
again, that's not for Sebastian in any way, shape, or form. Anybody trying to tell you that this is for Sebastian, that's completely misinformed. That tattoo has nothing to do or benefiting Sebastian in any way, shape, or form. It is weird. It's cringe. It's fucking disrespectful as hell. It is just all the things. But in his honor, for him, no. Those are things we're not going to say, because he cannot consent to having some weird ass fucking bitch having his name tattooed on him. If it was about Sebastian, none of you would have gotten Sebastian's name tattooed on you. If you were actually Sebastian's army, his dignity would be the first and foremost thing in your heads, and you would never lower yourself to the trash you are, Betty, to get his name tattooed on you.
If you guys have not seen that, here, let me pin this. Hold on, replace pen. There we go. I'm going to keep this up for a moment. I'm not going to close it out just yet. For those that are wanting to know if they can help sign a petition.
Allegedly, and in my opinion, Katie, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana.
Pebbles just posted that petition. It's pinned at the top. Please, everybody, we're going to be closing out. So if you are here and you want to sign this petition for at the FBI to take over this case, please sign the petition.
We're circulating the FBI petition again. The FBI has been involved since jump. And now, because somebody mentioned it and she had to ask, didn't we have a petition? She didn't even remember for sure. She had to get confirmation from the person sitting next to her. And now they're going to recirculate the FBI. When the FBI, 6 months, bitch, when you were in front of Sumner County Courthouse doing your little protest and we eat cake bullshit, the news, Caitlin, came over to you and said the FBI just offered a up to $50,000 reward. You know that the FBI is involved because they offered an up to $50,000 reward that you all cheered after your weird prayer circle. What are you doing? The delusions. This is all to pull you in, emotionally manipulate you to believe the shit that they're selling you, people.
Grab that link as we're closing out, and every single, we have 463 people here. Instead of giving me a thumbs up today, you can give me a thumbs up if you want, but instead of giving me a thumbs up today, get over there and sign that petition. That's exactly what you guys can do to help this. We need this out of this county. If I haven't seen what I personally experienced in this county, I would still be fighting for this county too.
Kim, we restarted at week number 2. We have restarted at week number 2 with all of the bullshit narratives. Kim gets my head, I swear, reading her comments everywhere. I'm always like, Kim gets me. Kim gets my level of like, I'm becoming delusional right along with these people, because this shit was spewed 2 weeks into this shit. When most of them started covering, they started these shit and things, and they are going right back around, circling right back around to all of the same shit. The CPS reports that he cannot release, that we have no indication of what's in them. Betty says that she hasn't seen them, but they tell you if you knew what was in those reports, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Nobody knows what's in them. Supposedly it's illegal for him to release them. He can't release them. They know that, but they continue to dangle it like it's something. And then if you go back to the actual interviews of Seth and his PI, who was working under him at the time, Heather Cohen, on a news interview, flat out says they were unfounded and closed.
To maintain this, but I'm not going to anymore. I don't trust this county. I've talked to many.
And I encourage you to fact check my ass. Go fact check my ass. Or you can just go back to me reading all of this shit or playing all these videos. I've done that already too. But please fact check me. I encourage it.
Many attorneys in that county, quite a few of them over the last week or two. And when they start being concerned about being ostracized, we've got a huge problem in the county. Grade 88 gifted 5 memberships. Little Fig gifted 2. Why am I not seeing these? And only N gifted membership. Hold on a second. Let me go up here. Thank you guys. I don't know why I'm not seeing these on my end. It's not showing me gifted memberships at all.
It came up on mine, but that's not on anymore.
Huh. Come here. I'll show you what I've got. Well, you just stay right there. You can still see my screen. Yep.
Oh.
You're not.
Oh, Tiffany Marie ain't getting any attention over here. She's got a weird obsession with my boobies. My boobs hang low, they wobble to and fro. I can tie them in a knot, I can tie them in a bow. I mean, if the crypt keeper crawled out of her coffin, at least she'll pay attention over here. I could care less about her. She's irrelevant. But thank you for letting me know. She'll make some more weird memes, say a whole lot of more shit, probably redox me. I mean, I was doxxed on this app a long time ago. She'll just recycle all the same bullshit. No problem.
I'm going to.
Watch, stay. So there's all the stuff that I'm supposed to see, and typically don't get in the camera.
I'm confused with the cameras now. You tell me not to go there.
Because you're standing. I can't help this woman. I really can't.
I drive her nuts. I do.
I'm just trying to show you that we have a little spot here that's just for this, and it used to all show everything right here.
Side, yeah.
And now I didn't. It's not seeing. See, it says super chats, highlighted membership messages show up here. Change filters. This filter will only show your last 100, and there's not 100. So I don't know. It used to always come up in here, and it's not in here. So thank you guys. I must have been, if I've missed you guys giving gifted memberships, I am so sorry for not recognizing you. It's not showing up on my back end here for some reason. Maybe it's a glitch in the system. I'm unsure. So thank you all. I appreciate all your love and support. Hey, Crime Stories. It's nice to see you, my love. I'm trying to keep it down. I know there's people that are up now. I can hear them moving, but all right, guys. Now you guys know why I was so quiet. My stomach just growled. I don't know if you guys could hear that. It was just growling really loud. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys talking about my tea? My tea Marie is definitely not Tiffany. I don't know if that's getting confused. I'm not sure what you're saying, May, but my tea Marie is like, yeah, I'm not following what you guys are saying, but no, Tea Marie is and well loved. Definitely.
Respectfully, what about all the children in your own area of Florida? Well, let's do this. Why don't you not worry about me and start worrying about yourself? Because if you can say that respectfully to me, what are you doing in your own community? And how do you know I'm not doing things in my own community? Have you ever even considered what we do? We do flyers. We do a lot of work. What do you think we do here? We have 4 active children alerts in the state of Florida. 4. They have 40 in the state of Tennessee.
She keeps saying this as if it's like some amazing thing. She keeps saying Florida, like what is not landing here? Florida only has 4 active alerts. Tennessee has 40. Like, what is she not getting? And she keeps repeating it. Oh, yeah, Betty. Can you land the plane? Thank God we're almost done.
What are you doing to help? I'm sorry we don't have the problems like Tennessee does. Oh, Smiley Story. It's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, hon. I hope you're doing well. Maybe later today, reach out to me. I'd like to check on you personally. All love's in the house too. I know you've kind of been through a lot of emotional stuff, So I just want to, if I could hug you, I would. So I'll just give you a virtual hug. I hope you're doing well. All you had to do was word it that differently, and you would have.
God, this mumbling needs to stop today.
In a nice way, because I'm sure Betty worries about all the children that are missing. I do worry about all the.
Save the world, make it a better place. Betty cares about all the children. Meanwhile, doesn't know shit about being a child advocate, period. Doesn't even understand budget cuts that affect any of this stuff. Doesn't know shit, but she's going to tell you that she's a child advocate. She cares about all the kids. Meanwhile, she's telling you about there was one child in her county. I mean, to even say that out loud, there was one child they couldn't find a bed for. Do you think she took the initiative to go get licensed or have a home visit or do anything to fix the situation and offer up her home, and do what was right to advocate for a child? Nope, sure didn't. But she's going to complain about it.
Children that are missing. But I also worry about injustice when it comes to the children that are missing. And the state of Florida, in my opinion, gets it right. That's why we don't have the problems that Tennessee has. We focus on changing the systems. We focus on providing new laws and pushing for new things that are going to protect children. When we see states that have smaller population size than the state of Florida, and we only have 4 active alerts, while the state of Tennessee has 40, literally 10 times more Then can you look up what is this the population for the state of Tennessee?
This is like going right over her head. You can go and look up the parameters for what constitutes alerts in Florida versus Tennessee and go all the way down those rabbit holes if you would like to. But she's talking about active alerts, and she's like sitting here just stumbling all over this. This is what she tried yesterday and it didn't land. She even did an edited video. She edited the video and still chose to post what she posted. Craziness.
This actually works really well. I like this.
Oh.
I can ask you instead of trying.
I need to come look at you now.
The real Me Too's moving in. No. What's the population size in the state of Tennessee?
7.126 million.
7.126 million. What's the state? What's
to 2023?
That's fine. You gave me that. Now, what's the population size in Florida?
Oh my God, we're gonna math. We're gonna math with Betty this morning. Oh Lord, help us.
So we have over 7 million in Tennessee. Let's see what the population size is in the state of Florida. 7 million in Tennessee. Over 7 million in Tennessee. Oh, thank you, Tracy. God bless you. Big thousand.
It's estimated since we're on 22.634.867.
So over 22 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have over 7 million in Tennessee with 40 active missing persons, and we have over 22 million. So that's 3 times more people. We have 3 times more people in the state of Florida, and we have 4 active missing alerts, missing children alerts. I want that to resonate.
I wish that would resonate with you, Betty. I wish that would connect for you. There's way more missing children besides 4. Those are your active alerts. Again, oh, Betty, you're failing miserably today.
7 million people in Tennessee with 40 active missing children alerts, and you have 22 million residents in the state of Florida with only 4. We've got a problem in Tennessee. That's why I'm focused on Tennessee. So bless your little heart for being concerned about what I'm doing in my own state. I appreciate your concern. But as you see, my state of Tennessee is doing a hell of a lot better for our children than the state of Tennessee by huge margins.
Wait, what did you just say right there? Oh, I love this for you.
That's 3 times more people. We have 3 times more people in the state of Florida, and we have 4 active missing alerts, missing children alerts. I want that to resonate. 7 million people in Tennessee with 40 active missing children alerts, and you have 22 million residents in the state of Florida with only 4. We've got a problem in Tennessee. That's why I'm focused on Tennessee. So bless your little heart for being concerned about what I'm doing in my own state. I appreciate your concern. But as you see, my state of Tennessee is doing a hell of a lot better for our children.
My state of Tennessee is doing a hell of a lot better. Yeah. Seems like they are putting more missing children under active alerts to me. So even though Tennessee isn't your state, you thanked everybody for letting them serve you in the state of Tennessee. You said you're going to become a resident of Tennessee. But you just fucked up right there. Tennessee is putting more missing children under active alerts than Florida. Is that what you're ultimately trying not to say, but saying out loud? Okay, carry on. Math is hard. I know. I know it's really hard for you to understand statistics. It's that idiocracy that's still spewing. And for those of you that thought I was losing my mind, no, Betty calls it idiocracies, not idiocracy. That's another Betty-ism.
In the state of Tennessee by huge margins. Huge.
That's in chat.
Who?
Seth.
April, thank you so much for the support.
Hey, Seth, can I ask you a question? Why don't I see Seth? How are you guys seeing this stuff and I'm not seeing it? There he is. Oh, is the goal, always has been. It is. Seth, can I ask you something? Did we upset you by getting Sebastian's? I just want to put it in the kibosh. We probably, no, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to address this. I'm not even going to address it publicly because you know what? The hate channels don't deserve. You know, when we argue with the hate channels, we only look like idiots like them. They've never gotten anything right. They are always on the misinformation campaign. I think they need to worry about their own head leader being under substances.
Well, Chico, she said it out of her own mouth. She said that she only touches high profile cases or cases that she can make high profile. Those were her words again. Jennifer Coffendorfer called them famous missing children.
And spending money to buy herself and her daughter a car with the money that they gave her for court hearings. But pretty soon they're going to be tired of being bamboozled. And I can tell you, we've been very reasonable. So we're not even going to engage. We're not even going to engage. Tennessee is trafficking hub. So many interstates, many bordering states. I agree. I agree. Hey, I need a car. I know. Stand in line. I need one too, right? Hey QB, can you start raising some more legal funds? That my audience needs cars. You know, since you're doling them out like candy, I was hoping maybe you could raise some funds for legal expenses and start buying us some cars. Since you got it like that, I'm just saying.
But they can't show you proof of any of that. She can't show you that factually that actually happened. They just have to keep selling you that story. She has no information or indication of where Queen is spending her money. Again, she has two sources of income, or not two sources of income. She's got a side income, but Betty's got to try to do this whole weird shit and thing. Anyways, she has no proof of what she's claiming here. And even if she did buy a car, she's got a source of income. So beyond the legal fee, she can't tell you because she's not entitled to know anything about where the legal fee is going. And there's not receipts at this point in time as far as the breakdown of every single thing. So Betty's just going to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, per usual.
Car for you, car for me, cars everywhere, right? We're gonna be we're gonna Oprah-fy this. All right.
And to me, it sounds like she's a little salty because Queen's community supported Queen and Betty can't get that. She's still asking for $30,000 for a appellate attorney. It is what it is.
All right, guys. Sebastian is the goal. Any ways we can raise awareness is a plus. Yep. We turned the internet on its head. I can guarantee they were talking about Sebastian. They couldn't help but to talk about Sebastian while they bash us, right? But it's still that side, right? The side that actually is doing the right thing, the side that's producing more leads than anybody else to law enforcement. I'm just curious how many actual factual leads have been forwarded to law enforcement from that unscrupulous PI. I bet you he's too worried about dogging everybody on his team. He hasn't probably sent one lead.
I didn't know that the PI was taking leads. I thought that was Seth's PI that was taking leads. I didn't know SF was taking leads. I didn't know that that was a thing. You guys are saying, you just said earlier that you're getting new leads every day.
Scintilla of information over to the FBI ever. I'd be surprised. I would be surprised. Calling in, acting like you're a good guy, trying to get an update, trying to get a win so you can go to your public, and not for the parents, but for your audience. I'm sure that is being seen across the board. At the end of the day, we don't have to sit here and put these things up in the public. We can do what we're doing and generate enough leads that it is going over to the FBI. They are sending stuff out to the borders. They are sending stuff to the hotels. They are sending stuff to be posted at all the rest stops.
That's what an alert does. When it went, oh my gosh, the Amber Alert. Like, what is she doing here? This was stuff that would have been done. Oh, okay. Whatever, Betty. We're sending stuff to the borders again. We're running with new narratives, creating new fabricated stories to use for content.
This is from Seth's side of the team, instead of having a whole team that complains about, whatever they are doing over there, we're still advocating for this boy and trying to see that he's brought home safely. Primetime's Buzz J has been doing a great job reaching out to her beautiful person. Yeah, I like Crime Time Buzz. She's the one that's blown the top off a couple of things. So
all of this lawsuit shit is too much. I can't do this shit. Like, this is so fucking ridiculous with how she's doing this. All of it is fucking too much, Betty.
So we're very appreciative. We're very appreciative. As a matter of fact, I think it was hers that was sent over, and we started looking. It started making headways that Oregon was a real possibility. And once we realized Oregon was a real possibility, it was immediately addressed and jumped on. And Nick's intelligence team is doing the work. They're doing the work, and I can tell you they're doing a great job. And I pray to God this brings Sebastian home. I pray to God this brings Sebastian home. All right, guys, you guys rock it out. Your coffee beans out. Don't forget to sign that petition down there. I'll have to. I wonder if I can. Do you have the petition link now? Can you copy and paste the petition link so we can post?
Sign the petition. Sign the petition for the FBI to get involved. Sign the petition for the FBI to get involved. Do you understand what she's saying? Well, the FBI is the one that offered the reward on the 6-month anniversary of Sebastian being missing for up to $50,000, but she wants you to sign a petition for the FBI to get involved. Come on now, people.
So on the
Go
community.
for it.
Yes, no, the petition first. I've got it penned.
Okay, what do you want?
Can you put it in the Mod Squad chat?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, Pebbles? Can you throw that in the Mod Squad chat? I'm going to make a public post about the. It doesn't open. Well, Pebbles, well, this is what I'll do. Pebbles, can you? Okay, thank you. I'll make a community post with a link for the petition, and then everybody. Oh, hey, it's me, Jim. It's nice to see you, my love. Can't say, but just wanted to say hi. Well, hugs and kisses to you, my love. I hope you're doing.
Has SF, I'm confused by that whole statement. I haven't seen, and I don't follow him like that, so maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen him even asking for leads. I haven't seen it confirmed that he is the paid PI by the Proudfoot family either. Maybe he is. Maybe he said that. I don't watch him like that, so maybe that's something I've been missing. But I haven't seen him taking tips and leads or having a line up. I could be wrong. Please correct me and I'll go find it. But maybe these are things that have been said I'm unaware of, but I have not seen anybody. I've seen Chris on live streams asking for anybody with information to report it to the TBI, Sumner County, the FBI. Like, I've seen Chris do that and ask people to report it to the proper agencies, but I've never heard SF.
Well, so what I'll do is just give me a few moments and I'll post the link in the community post, and then you guys will all be able to have an opportunity to sign. Perfect. Thank you. You guys will all have an opportunity to sign it. So Betty is cooking.
KB, thank you for the enterprise dues. Appreciate you. He said he's the PI. Okay. Did he say he's their PI or that he is a PI? I don't know. It doesn't really matter anyways.
Breakfast. Yes, I've been assigned to cooking breakfast. I hope I do not burn it.
Oh,
I have a funny feeling I want to burn breakfast. 19,480 people have signed. Oh, that is amazing.
awesome.
That is amazing. We need to keep it going. We're going to do another round of this. If you are a content creator, I know Smiley's in here. I know Justin for All is in here. Please pass around the petition. I know we can do a great job. I really do. So I hope you guys are happy.
Your date, I see 10 actors of Tennessee.
Huh?
Wait,
Pistol Amy, thank you for becoming a member. This is some weird shit right here. All of this is just weird shit.
you get your date, I see 10 actors from Tennessee.
Well, go watch my video. I got a video up. Obviously, whoever says that there's only 10's an idiot and doesn't know how to read or write or comprehend. But the research is all on my video from yesterday. All of it. So I think you probably need to get a clue. Just saying. And not only that, I produced the children's faces, the 40 freaking children that are still missing. These people.
Oh my gosh, this is great right here. We got to take this back and listen to this again. Sorry, I just for my own. She's pissed about this being debunked.
In here, I know Justin for All is in here. Please pass around the petition. I know we can do a great job. I really do. So I hope you guys are happy.
Your date, I see 10 actors from Tennessee.
Huh?
Where you get your date, I see 10 actors from Tennessee.
Well, go watch my video. I got a video up. Obviously, whoever says that there's only 10's an idiot and doesn't know how to read or write or comprehend. But the research is all on my video from yesterday. All of it. So I think you probably need to get a clue.
The research is all on her video from yesterday, you guys. Did you hear that? The research is all on her video from yesterday. Who has a title with my name in it? Half monkey, half pug. Let me guess. Tiffany? I don't care. Thank you, but not interested. Join the group of a bunch of them. I genuinely do not give a shit. Come for me. Do what you want. Do all your weird shit. Make up a bunch of lies. I'll live my content little bubble over here. Carry on.
Just saying. And not only that, I produced the children's faces, the 40 freaking children that are still missing. These people. I'm sorry that you can't read or write. And I don't mean to be insulting, but I just literally did a video. and showed you every single one of the children's faces that are missing. So respectfully, please go do your research better. Just saying.
This fool asking anybody to do their research better. Oh, the irony.
I mean, really, if you guys haven't
Pistol Amy, did I thank you for the gifted memberships? If I didn't, thank you.
realized I don't lie to you yet, even the hate channels have got to come to reality that I don't lie. I mean, they'll still pass around that I'm lying about this and lying about that, but I'd like proof, not just words. Proof where I lied.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that that channel might be associated with her. They're doing a lot of promoting of her. A lot of promoting, a lot of like simping for her. No, none of us give two shits about that. Truly. Carry on.
You ain't gonna find it because I got no dog in the fight other than justice. That's it. If I do something wrong, I own it. I've done nothing wrong. And I own that as well. So we're going to keep taking this up to the courts until they finally see what truly happened. You know, we all watched what truly happened. I want to say Hindsight did an amazing job on a video. I think she dropped it on YouTube, TikTok, I believe. I think it's on TikTok. And if it's on TikTok, you guys need to go over there and support Hindsight because she's really been helping not only this case, but she's also been helping me collect information to help me in my legal case because we know it's lies, we know it's BS, and people love to spread around misinformation. And I pray to God, each and every one that has helped spread around this misinformation, I hope one by one has to deal with the bullshit. Mine, Sebastian, is the only goal, and the other only side. Anything else is the devil being distracted. Thank you. Amen. Amen, Seth. Amen, Seth. You left stuff here last night. I just want to let you know that.
We drank it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, you left your food here. So you forgot your container. Some are so quick to attack you. You know, they don't realize the harm they're doing to the advocacy of missing children. Their ego.
By attacking Betty, you're doing harm to the advocacy of children. Bullshit. Are you joking? Playing Betty's own words back at her and laughing at the mockery she makes of herself is not harming the advocacy for children. Betty doesn't advocate for anything but Betty.
Arrogance is a big problem. It is. And now you know why we have to go through a freaking injunction. Which reminds me, I got to finish up some paperwork today because I'm going to be putting some stuff together for the Illinois case. And now that I've got some attorneys that are helping me out of state, it's going to be a lot. I think it's going to be a smoother process moving forward for success in that case. So we'll just keep working at it. All right, guys, pray for Sebastian today. Pray for his family today. Pray that he is found today. Pray that somebody comes forward and breaks this case wide open. Just pray. You know, there's a lot of power. We move mountains with the power of prayer. Even if you're not a religious person and you're a spiritual person, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm ignorant to spirituality. You know, I'm religious, so I don't understand anything other than religion. But if you don't, you know, if you're not a religious person and you get your strength and serenity some other way.
Oh, we got to switch to the televangelist, the tragevangelist, Betty. We got to get that in there at the end. There's always that thrown in there. The tragevangelist herself.
However you do that, just, you know, keep Sebastian top of mind, you know, keep him top of mind, keep him, keep answers, you know, pray for answers, pray for his health and well-being. Pray that he's located very, very soon, you know, whatever that looks like for you. Just do what you can spiritually as well. You know, we're fighting a good versus evil battle in this country. It doesn't mean that good is people going to church. It just means good. Where's your heart at? Who are you as a person? Do you care for people and have compassion for people? Or do you hate and try to destroy people? That's the good versus evil. We need good people putting the good, you know, good vibes out in the world. And we need those good vibes are like repellent, you know, to the hate. So we need more of that. We need public displays of that. We need spiritual help and spiritual guidance in a situation.
I'm going to barf.
Like this. So guys, make it a great day. I love you all. God bless you all. And I will get the petition in the community post. And so everybody can sign it. Positive thoughts leads to.
Meanwhile, the FBI is who offered up to a $50,000 reward, but she's going to cycle back around to dropping a petition for them to sign for the FBI to get involved to make it make sense.
Positive results. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth. All right, guys. God bless you. We'll talk later. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe. But more importantly, let's ditch the hate and start being kinder to one another. God bless.
Oh my God. Oh, the levels of delusion. Let's go to one more delusional bitch to wrap this out today. Let's go here and watch how cringe this is. This is allegedly with no brain cells. I want you to hear, those of you supporting this one, what she's supporting. You just see how disrespectful Betty is to the missing child. Well, watch this one. Co-sign what she does. Volume warning. She's actually on normal.
Thank you so much for being a member for 22 months. Thank you. Now they have problems with, with her getting a tattoo. Can you, I heard Titanium Bill was being a complete jerk and being super judgmental about Bullhorn Betty getting a tattoo. Come the freak on. Don't you have something better to do with yourself?
You're worried about people having something better to do with themselves and Betty getting a tattoo, and you're okay with Betty getting a tattoo of a missing child on her? Oh, wait, never mind. You're part of the team. You're a part of these filings. You're a part of the inner circle. You co-sign and condone. You even pushed Betty's GoFundMe, didn't you there, BJ?
Why don't you go focus on your boutique? Leave Betty alone. Betty's not, I haven't even seen Betty speak on these people. Like, come on, seriously. The day Justin gets his monkey, all of the monkeys escape out of the damn monkeypox lab. People are crazy. I'm telling you, Margaret Chappelle's praying for you, Seth. Keep your faith and hope, and God gives you so much strength. God is with you. Yes, absolutely.
All y'all mean ass hats, leave Betty alone. Betty ain't doing anything besides disrespecting a missing child to the ultimate degree. But leave her alone. She don't do nothing.
I think it's funny when they say Betty wrote everything. Well, that's another thing. So they're saying Betty wrote everything.
Mickey, thank you for being here for 4 months.
Am, in Nick's ear telling him to push this filing against anybody.
Hello.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
I gotta speed her up. I cannot do regular speed with this.
It's just ridiculous. So I'm just going to, and listen, I'm not going to explain myself to nobody. I'm not going to ask for.
This is the ironic part, besides defending Betty once again, Betty and her foul behavior. Are you gonna go get a tattoo since you're part of the team? You gonna go get a tattoo of a missing child on you? Can you imagine if she did that to one of your children if they were missing? Ooh, I bet you would have a, maybe not though. Then again,
for someone's stamp of approval. I'm over that. But I do want to say this just for the sake of having the truth put out. I don't think people understand how this is. I'm one small portion of that filing, right? One small portion. I have had issues with another creator who has relentlessly.
They're saying this all out loud, okay? And initially they told you that all of this was to protect Sebastian. Remember this. We've heard them say that these people's behavior, the reason they did this is because it's affecting the search for Sebastian. Okay? Now I want you to hear these words that she's about to say. She's going to tell you that this has nothing to do with Sebastian. She's going to tell you that though.
Attacked and come after me for 2 years. Okay. I mean, I could say one thing and she would hit back 5 times harder, and it would always be completely low.
And what does that have to do with anything with Sebastian? It doesn't. You yourself just said that this has been going on for years. So again, Sebastian's only been missing from February. So you knowingly signed yourself up on a complaint and a filing it in a court of law as a plaintiff using a missing child's name. You did that, nobody else. And you're admitting that it's nothing to do with the missing child.
Very personal. And, my children were weaponized. I've never in my life had someone use my children against me more than that situation. And it's progressively gotten worse over the course of the last couple of years. And showing my property was my red line. And there's people that would have acted a lot quicker than I did.
That's her red line, showing her property, which I disagree with, but it is what it is. Showing her property was her red line. So instead of handling it like a grown-ass adult and filing for something in her state doing something to handle it. She waited to latch herself on to a missing child and use publicly that this was to benefit a missing child when it has nothing to do with the missing child. And she's acknowledging all of that.
And so I say this, my part of the filing is to just get that to stop. I'm not trying to cancel anybody. I'm not trying to
Her part of the filing is solely to get that specific thing to stop. Pay attention to the words that she is saying.
destroy anybody's life. I'm trying to get peace. I don't know how people can't understand that. I don't know how people can't, even if you don't like me, relate to that. You know what I mean?
So how does that go along with the complaint that Granny and Barbecue interfered with the search for a missing child? None of those things, even if your property, anything, has nothing to do because you're not a part of the search for Sebastian. Again, you are a no name, nobody. You have no correlation to the investigation or the search for Sebastian. So how are you on a complaint as a plaintiff that this interfered with the search for Sebastian? You're telling us now it had nothing to do with it. Thank you for that.
I'm asking a judge to make her just simply leave me alone. That's it. Now,
That is not what you're asking the judge to do. That is not simply what you're asking a judge to do. If you would have been simply asking a judge to do that, you would have filed in your state. You would have tried to get a protection order, none of which you have done.
my words have been taken and twisted, and it's being stated that I am only doing this filing because it was free. Oh my God. No. No, no, no.
And in my opinion, once again, let me introduce another useful idiot, a part of the team.
I have proof where I've reached out to attorneys over the course of several months, and I have been giving consultations. I have proof where I have sought out help to get this to stop. This is not a situation where I just jumped on a filing and that because I dislike somebody.
So why did you wait until using a missing child's name to do a filing? If you had been searching for consultations, what was different about this? Oh, wait, using a high, in Betty's words, profile missing child's case to bolster your complaints, personal complaints against another creator? Say it ain't so. Thank you for acknowledging all of this publicly.
You can say that it's from 3 years ago that you hurt my feelings. That's fine. You can downplay it all you want. I just want to say this and then I'm moving on. I have evidence for every single claim that I have made. Okay. I have full-blown evidence, physical evidence.
So she has physical evidence that she has suffered financial harm. She has full-blown evidence that she has lost sleep and is in this spiral of sorts in her declaration. She has so full-blown evidence that she's lost business relationships. She's got physical proof of all of these threats. Meanwhile, not a single exhibit was attached with her declaration of proof of anything, but okay.
Of every claim that I have made. And
you're a part of a complaint claiming that these people's behavior interfered with the search for a missing child. Do you have evidence of that? Oh, wait, no, because you're not a part of anything to do with the missing child. Gotcha. See, this is where you get caught up, Brittany.
I'm 100% within my rights to do this. And also, I have proof, once again, where I have spoken to attorneys and I have been told that I had more than enough for a case. And that my life is by merely telling everybody that I am racist, homophobic, animal abuser, and I abuse my children, neglect my children. Just that stuff alone puts my life at risk.
Okay, well, you allowed your panel to say things that could be considered racist. That was you. That was done on your panel. The proof exists. The transphobic things I have seen, witnessed to myself that you and your panel and your chat have done. There was another thing. You, by allowing this and doing this publicly, has continued all of this. I don't think you kicked your cat. It doesn't matter here or there. The fact that you attempted to, laughed about it, whatever, here nor there. It is what it is. But you put all that shit out here publicly. You did that. You put that all out here publicly. People are going to have opinions based on those things. You kicked out your cat. You might have missed. Okay, and but you did that publicly. People are
So,
going to have
you know,
opinions.
say what you want, downplay it all you want. That's fine. I don't care. YouTube is not court. YouTube is not court. You know, all these people can say, and you wouldn't believe it, guys. Today alone, I have got several messages, screenshots of people saying that I'm going to get what's coming to me. You know, you want to talk about, I've got several messages of intimidation.
These are messages of intimidation. Anybody saying that she's going to get the karma she so deserves or get what's coming to her are intimidating. They're intimidation. Did you get those cameras up? Did you finalize your police report that you were calling about the other day based on an email that somebody sent you that they had supposedly heard XYZ being said or stated in a chat with no proof of? Did you ever finalize any of that there, BJ?
And but you want me to tell you why, crazed? Not that I owe you anything. I want everybody to listen closely. I want everybody to listen closely, whether you support me or you don't. And I'm going to tell you why I haven't done anything up until this point. Okay? And this is the God's honest truth. And guess what? I got proof of this too. And I've got mods for days that can stand with me and tell you that this is the truth. I have physical proof, verbal proof to prove this. I did not act until now. Well, I need to take that back because not even.
Oh, why? Some of you mods need to help her reel this back in. She shouldn't. Anyways, carry on.
To say that I didn't act. Like I said, I have been trying to do things privately for months now to figure out how to get this fixed. But I didn't go through with
for months. So she's claiming that this has gone on for years, but she hasn't done anything until the last few months. Okay. Listen to the wording that she's using here.
anything because I was, let me be 100% honest. I did not go through with any of it because I was concerned about the backlash. I know how this person.
Oof. Planet Shell, thank you for becoming a member. I want to back that up and hear that once more because I really am enjoying this for her.
This. I did not act until now. Well, I need to take that back because not even to say that I didn't act. Like I said, I have been trying to do things privately for months now to figure out how to get this fixed. But I didn't go through with anything because I was, let me be 100% honest. I did not go through with any of it because I was concerned about the backlash. I know.
She didn't go through with it because she was concerned about the backlash. I thought you were concerned about the search for a missing child, and all of this behavior was affecting the search for a missing child that you have nothing to do with. But that's what's stated in the complaint is all of these behaviors are harming the search for a missing child. You're saying that you never went through with any of this because of the backlash you might get. So tell me again how you're not using the name of a missing child to further a personal vendetta. And has it been going on for years that you've been trying to handle this or just the last few months? Oh, I bet your chat's in there begging them to add me to this because I'm one of your biggest bullies out here. But yet you'll never be able to prove I did anything besides replay your own words. Never caused you harm. I love this for you, BJ. I love it.
How this person works. And she has moderators and supporters that will go hard for you. Like they will harm them.
Kind of like your moderators and your supporters that go hard for you and say that people's kids should be taken away or make blatant allegations that are unfounded, like TJ. I mean, things that can be easily proven in a court of law because there's receipts of all this stuff. So tell me again how any of it's different than what your people do. I love this.
Self to defend Granny. These people will throw their own selves under the bus. They will throw themselves in front of a metaphorical bus.
Just like your people do.
To defend her. And the reason that I haven't acted alone is because I didn't know if I was prepared to handle the backlash. And look at what I'm going through right now. I want you to think about this. Look at how many creators are coming at me. Look at how many people. Look at BTM over there blaming me for everything. Look at what Queen Bee's doing. Look at what Kathy P's doing. Look at all of the people that are, lashing out and talking mad crap about me. Imagine that if I went through with a
imagine using a missing child's name because you couldn't stand on your own. Is it really about harassment? Because if you were individually being harassed and harmed, you wouldn't have had to wait to use, Betty's words again, a high profile missing child's case for your arguments. You would have handled business. Oh, Brittany, sometimes you just run that mouth and it's just chef's kiss.
TPO on my own. What would they have done? I didn't know if I was prepared to do that because, I mean, look at what the hell's happening. These people, do you know how many threats I've received? These people are awful. I mean, am I making myself vulnerable by admitting that? I don't know. Maybe not. You know, but that's the honest to God's truth. And the mod in the chat will tell you that. I did not go through with it because I wasn't sure if I could handle what they would try to do to me. Because
I can't believe she's saying this out loud. I cannot believe that she has such lack of self-awareness that she is saying these things publicly.
we're not talking about someone talking trash about you, calling you a bad name, you know, mocking you, making fun of you. It goes beyond that. We're talking about real life things that happen that you got to worry about. And the fact that has to be a concern in itself is a problem. You know it? And look what happened when I did that filing. Look.
When I did that filing, look what happened when I did that filing, using a missing child's name to claim that these things were happening to me. Again, I ask again, if these things were happening to you and you have proof of all of these things, why did you have to wait to use a missing child's name? In a complaint that said that these behaviors were impacting the search for a missing child. One thing does not lead to another. You are not a part of Sebastian's missing case, his investigation, any of the things. You and your back and forth with Granny has nothing to do with the search for Sebastian. Granny has never even been to Tennessee. She is not a part of searching or attempting to search for Sebastian. So again, how are your guys' words back and forth affecting Sebastian's case?
So there's that. I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I know Charles Myers.
I hope the team has a conference call coming up pretty soon, scheduled on the books, because the team members are all kind of going rogue here and saying all the things that they shouldn't be saying out loud. Betty just said earlier, we listened to her say that this isn't about Sebastian. It has nothing to do with Sebastian. We heard her say that. She's saying that this has nothing to do with Sebastian. It's about what has happened to her for all these years, but she didn't even attempt to do anything about it until the last few months because she couldn't handle the backlash. So she attached herself to the name of a missing child to try and bolster these claims. Okay. They're saying it all out loud.
I don't know. Keep up the chatter. I don't know. I hope.
Whoever is the PR person or the handler of the team and the narratives, you need a better script, and they need to probably be told to stick to it because they're kind of going rogue and it's all messy.
Yeah, I think so too, Whispers. But you know, somehow I'm the bad guy though, right? Like I'm this evil person, and God knows.
I don't know about you guys, but do you think it's pretty evil to use a child's name, a missing child's name, and his dignity for a personal vested interest? What do you guys think? Is that vile or not? Is it vile to condone that a random crazy lunatic, aka Betty, in my opinion? Is it vile to defend her getting a tattoo of the missing child? Is that vile? I mean, you guys tell me what you think. I think it's pretty vile if you ask me.
Knows my heart. God knows what's happened. Yeah, June.
Oh, well, hold on. I want to hear that again because the trash evangelists are just out in full effect. And this is no shame for any of you that are Christian or have any beliefs of your own. They use tragedies, try to spin the whole narrative of it's God's will. It's God knows what they're doing. God sees their heart. They try to mix it all together. Have your personal beliefs. Believe in what you want to. Have your relationships. That's between you and whoever you believe in. These people use it as a tool of manipulation. It's called trash evangelists. Let's listen to it in full context and full speed to get the full effect. Well, I won't, not slowing it down even more than possible, but
I don't know. I hope. Yeah, I think so too, Whispers. But you know, somehow I'm the bad guy though, right? Like I'm this evil person, and God knows my heart. God knows what's happened. Yeah, June.
Was that included in their last memo from their PR person of the team? Because Betty's using God and God knows and God chose this path for her. You know, those are things that she's been saying too. Brittany's saying God knows her heart, you know, all of these things. Was that included in like amp up the faith manipulation, the trage evangelist, which you guys fail so badly at?
I love you. Thank you, Boston. Concern needs to be you, your family, not YouTube. I understand.
I gotta speed it up. I can't handle real speed her. No fucking way. Ooh, wobbly's out here.
The frustration, but this is going to get deep and personal. So, what are you saying, the Black Widow channel? What are you saying? I should quit YouTube? Is that what you're saying? Is that fair? Is that fair for me? I have to give up everything that I've worked hard to build because someone else, I'm evil. That's why nobody wants to be around me. Black Skies, who said that? You're not evil. Yeah, no, I know I don't, Lisa. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't want to get.
For those that are wondering why I said wobbly's out here, Kyle just put Bella out here. She's still a little wobbly, but she's got a little pep in her step. She's still a little sideways, but she's so cute when she tries to like do her little prance now, but it's sideways. Like she wobbles a little bit. She's got the lean wobble going on. I'm just happy to see her up and around. Truly, like, hold on, I'll show you guys. Let me show you. It'll be your cute little break for the day. You guys know me and my animal loving. Oh no, yeah, I'm not wobbling. Bella's here. Bella, can you say hi to your friends? She's still got a little bit of a lean when she walks, but she's doing so much better, you guys. She's doing so much better. That's why I'm like a little kid over here. Oh, she just even, yeah, look at her. She's going. She's doing so much better. She's so freaking cute. Hold on, let me show you. Oh, the kids are right there. Okay. Can you see her? There's Kiki. She's still got a little lean, but she's doing so much better. Okay. Anyways, I got to chase Kiki now. Give me a second. You guys can listen to this one.
All hung up on that. Oh, come on. Come on. There she comes. Who do you think I'm your mama? You think I'm your mama? You think I'm your mama? You want me to hold you? Every night, Oreo crawls at my leg while I'm live. Isn't it cute? Hey, Callie girl. How are you? Hey, trolls. If those people had just stopped and they went in their own business, I don't know why it's that hard. You know what I mean? Just do you. Do you. And also, here's another thing, too. Other people's parts in that filing don't have anything to do with me. I don't know how people keep getting that mixed up, but that's not how it works.
This is exactly what you're missing. Other people's parts of the filing have nothing to do with her. It has to do with all of you. That's what you're not understanding, how you can't separate this out. This is not just about you. It's about all of you. How is this failing on you?
I have my part. They have theirs. You know, if something happens with mine, that doesn't have anything to do with theirs, or vice versa. Like, because I keep hearing that argument, like, you know, so and so, I don't know, they'll say so and so told us a lie or something, right? Therefore, that's going to make the whole filing implode. No, each person has a part. Yes, it's an entire.
No, if each person had a part and it was all individualized, they would be separate filings. All of you are plaintiffs on the same exact filing. How you miss this is ridiculous, but it's great. I love it for you.
Filing, but each person has their part. And people are like, well, you should know about everybody's. No, I shouldn't. That's not the only thing that I need to focus on is my own.
Do me a favor to the adults in the chat. Would you sign yourself? Put a 1 in the chat. If you would sign a filing and join a filing where you didn't know every other piece that was included in the filing. Put a 1 in the chat if you would do that. Put a 2 in the chat if you would want to be in the know of every single thing stated in the complaint and the filings going along with what you signed your name to. Put a 2 in the chat. A 1 if you would do what Brittany's doing and saying she's only concerned about her part. That's only hers. She don't care what else is filed. She signed her name to it. Or a 2 if you're like, fuck no, I want to see every single thing that's alleged in this. Be first. How I don't understand well, there is no logic here, but this is not how these things work. This lady claims that she covers true crime cases, that she understands some of the legal processes, meanwhile, completely missing the point of what she signed to. Again, this is why you're referred to by me as a useful fucking idiot. That's why I call you guys useful idiots, because you are intentionally being used too and allowing yourself to be used under the guise of a missing child. But you are doing it for a personal vendetta. All of you. And you're using a missing child to do so.
That's what I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for the things that I signed off on. I don't think people understand that. I didn't sign off on to other people's testimonies or whatever they said.
This is amazing.
My initials and signature is solely on my filing. So this notion where you guys keep coming after me, or saying that somebody else did this, so this, that's not how that works. Oh, I know, Seth. It's crazy. How are you? Good to see you. Mama Did It Up says, in my opinion, the only way to combat it is to keep doing you. The law will eventually work. I hope so. They have your evidence ready for any real life calls, etc. Do not give in.
Isn't that Mama Did It Up that was around, like, making videos against Seth and all these conspiracy minded shit? Isn't that same woman? I'm pretty sure it is. The flip-flopping gets a little whiplashy out here with how many people go from one spot to another and what they support. So now I guess we're anyways.
Been a tactic for years. Yeah. Hey, Miss Gloria, I've been here since Quentin Simon. Brittany has been trying to defend herself and protect herself and protect her family, and has asked to stop with all the BS. So you have what? Yeah, it's. Hey, Eddie, good to see you. Hey, Seth. Hey, Pumpkin, good to see you. Let me see. I'm just looking at everybody. Hey, Misty Moon. They definitely don't. Well, yeah, like I said, I can't really even talk about anything. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Because hey, Christy Barber, good to see you. All right, so let me do my intro. There's 690 people here. Good to see all of you.
Yeah, we don't need to hear all that. That was the most important part of this all today. Anyways, the team out here just doing the most, saying the most, doing vile things like getting tattoos on them. I'm going to remind you, though, of something that was said by Betty, because the title of my video. So for those of you that came in late that might not have heard this, I'll take it back a couple minutes and play this piece of it here, because this is where it's truly probably the most disgusting part and where the title of my video comes from. In case you guys came in late, I'll take it back here for just a minute and show you guys this piece of it again, just so people know I'm not just pulling shit out and saying the most, because that's not what I do. So the title of the video came from this little section here.
It really solidifies my communism.
Again, volume is on her.
Yes, communism remarks, don't you think? Just a little bit. It is my body, my choice. Let me just say that, just like everybody else. And I love this. Oh my God, that's so disrespectful to Seth. Who the flip do you think was in that place with us, along with his sister? I'm just curious. I love how people think they know something. They absolutely know nothing. But it's not what it's about. It's the meaning behind it. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a high-functioning autistic boy that has disappeared from suspicious circumstances from a house that has a bunch of CPS reports, at least several. One is a bunch. One is too many, in my opinion. But 2 shows a pattern. 3, there's something going on. And I can tell you that this boy.
I don't even need to let her get to that. Hold on, I got it recorded. I'll just play it off my phone so you guys can hear it. But this is in there. They've been trying to hide their transcripts some lately. It's kind of funny. It's actually really funny because it doesn't matter. Here, I'll play this.
Actually, that means a lot coming from you because I know you're ultra critical of me. I love it though, you know. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, more damn eagle. So it was funny because I think Seth was moved when we got him. He goes, damn, my son has more bitches than me. You know, teasing that he's got a bunch of girlfriends. It was cute. It was really cute. I shouldn't say that. He didn't. I don't think he said bitches. I think he said women.
He was very
Yeah, he was moved. He was moved almost to tears. So I love the tattoo. Yeah, but I gotta tell you that watercolor one, that was.
So that was said by Seth Rogers, repeated by Bullhornbetty. That's where that quote came from. That's in the title of my video. And no, I'm not changing it. Nope, not changing it because as you heard, that was what was said. We watched Betty say it on her live stream. We watched where she quoted it from. There you go. It's fucking weird as hell. It's weird as hell. It's cringe as fuck. All right, y'all. I need to go sit my ass down. Chico, do you still want to come up? Do you want to come up really quick? I forgot. Sorry. I'm terrible about that. Where'd you go? I said it all. Okay. Chico asked me for a link and I was like, let me transition to BJ. I don't like getting Chico involved in my fuck shit. I try to keep Chico out of my fuck shit sometimes. So I'm like, let me transition and then I will. You guys, I highly encourage you to go. If you watched the video yesterday where Betty was trying to do the little weird thing of using Millersville and what happened in Millersville, Tennessee to bolster her arguments, I really highly encourage you to go watch Chico's coverage of that. Chico, drop your link for that, please, before we leave. Ange, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Y'all, this shit's going to get weirder and crazier. One thing I do ask, though, is please don't be a part of intensifying what's happening to this family. They are inciting a ton of stuff. And the only thing we can control is our reaction and our behavior. Yes, they're stepping out of boundaries. Yes, they're doing things, but they're doing things intentionally to provoke a reaction and get people to act out. And at the end of the day, we have a family that has a missing child, and they don't deserve this. This is all being done to this family and ultimately to the missing child and his dignity. So please keep that in mind when you react. I mean, you can call them all the names and stuff about the teams and things, but remember, multiple things can be true. Seth can be a part of this fuckery, but he also is being used to continue and further their damage that they have a pattern of behavior to doing to these families. I know Betty is in Tennessee and people are chomping at the bit, hoping that law enforcement steps in. Let things play out on their own. There's a natural course of action that we don't need to be a part of furthering. Her own behavior is what she needs to be punished for. And if the law sees fit to do that, that is up to them. But please don't try to incite things. Please do not try to be a part of what they do. I really encourage you to just let things play out. Things will be moving in their natural course of action now. But they are intensely trying to provoke reactions from people. They are intensely, in my opinion, baiting some people to do some pretty, and they know who to go to. They know where to go. They know what to do. They know what to use for their audience. The emotional manipulation, they do that. They are intensifying that. and it's very intentional. Their movements are intentional if you listen to the words and the patterns of their behaviors. Be mindful of what's going on and have a good weekend. Thank you all for joining me. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.